Welcome back to another video of bumbling through the new Rimworld Biotech DLC. We're here with the Tribal Youth Colony. We left off around the 6th of April, May, 5501 the last time. Here we can see the date is now the 12th of April, May. I did have to do a little bit of damage control because, as you can probably see, everything is dying of cold. It got insanely cold in this part of the world, and I really just had to stop and think for a second because we weren't going to get to electricity. My airlocks weren't working right, and I just had to give everybody parkas and kind of yeet everyone out of the cold. Like, you can see, it was hopeless to try to insulate the rest of the base. I do want to have an optionally insulated hallway here. I was thinking of just keeping this open to the air all the time, but I realized, no, this isn't going to work. Even if it makes everybody kind of an undergrounder, it would still be better to just have the option of insulating this entire area. So we are going to be getting started on that soonish. And then I've kind of outlined some plans that I have for the rest of the base. Ultimately, and we might not get there yet, or even by the end of this video, but hopefully we will at least have some semblance of this. I want an infirmary over here, and I want a prison over here. It feels weird to say that I want a prison, but I do. I really do. And then we'll have another hallway down here, and I just tried to sketch out some random bedroom designs, or maybe these will be bedrooms. But I just wanted to have some idea of what was ahead of me, and I know that this is a lot of work mining this thing out, but really it seemed like I was going too big too fast with the colony, so we're going to do a little bit of slowing down here. And another thing that like I said, we will be bumbling through the DLC, so there are some bits and bobs of content that we still are encountering, like new little globules of bite-sized information. Here, the children are learning at their desks, and they're actually beginning to enjoy their lives slightly more because they were horribly learning deprived before, and it was really upsetting everyone. So again, we are streaming this to Twitch, so we've got actually quite a big audience here for this early in the morning. I wasn't prepared for this. I thought we would have a much smaller stream, but now I feel the need to be slightly more entertaining. I mean, getting research going, like I said, the base plan, we've done most of the damage control just by virtue of us having these parkas now. Oh, and the other thing I had to do was actually to preserve some of the hay under here. Now, the hay is frozen, and we had quite a lot of it, but it was all just beginning to deteriorate, so I had to put it all underneath, like what is this? The animal flap. That sounds kind of gross, an animal flap, but I did have to unfortunately kill the pigs. I mean, they did look good, but that's the reason why we got all this meat in the fridge, because I just basically hunted down all of the wildlife. And that was okay, because, we managed to get the children a bunch of weapons. The children seem extremely fragile, both to cold temperatures as well as to losing things. I'm going to go ahead and show, is it Cambiar? Yeah, he's been losing things to frostbite, so we want to try to prevent that. Yep, also Hakuja lost some things to frostbite. Fortunately, Scorpion is okay. Benastra is fine, just the old gunshot from before. Darklight is also okay, but you know what? No more frostbite, and I'm okay with that. And we did also just barely manage to research electricity. So where else are we with that now? We did get batteries as well, so I did quite a bit of damage control. I don't actually want to have anybody do research now, though, because where are we at? We're at the 12th of April, May, and as you know, the reason why it's cold, if you recall from the last video, the reason why it's kind of like reverse mode in our seasons is because we are in the southern hemisphere, which means that it's opposite day for most things, like very cold in July. And I'm sorry if you live in Australia and this is just totally normal to you, but to me it's like unthinkable. Or not only Australia, but Brazil, well, not Florida. I mean, I know that we're in the south, but it's not really like the southern hemisphere. But, yeah, I'm struggling a little bit here to understand these seasons. Well, not to understand them, but just to naturally get a grasp on them. Anyway, everybody seems to be in a decent mood. Nobody's freezing to death. Unless if we get a real deep freeze, I think we'll be okay. But we have a double airlock. We don't really have the double wall here, but I will do that probably eventually. All in good time, but I think I just want to give them an opportunity to catch up on some of these menial labor tasks. So I am going to just let them do some of this right now, but it does look like the children... Are they beginning to do this? No. Grasshopper is doing the cooking. Why is Grasshopper cooking? Is it safe for you to cook? Okay, it is safe for you to cook. There was somebody I had to take off of cooking before. Missing Canadian, thank you very much for the pride. Also, sorry if there were any subs that I missed before when I had the Big Al Mackerel. Thank you very much for the sub. I just had notifications off for a few seconds, and it looks like I still have them off. Okay, now my notifications are back on. So feel free. Feel free. And also, too, as I always say, feel free to do a little bit of backseating if there's anything. Or just throw me an idea. And maybe we'll use it for the colony. I will start to just sketch out a few other things, and although I'm not really ready to do these yet, I'm just going to... I really can't wait until they update the color-coded planning mod, because it does help me a lot. But in the meantime, I just make everything into kind of like crude letters and stuff. 2, 3. So this is going to ultimately be our stockpile room. That wasn't a very good S, but it's my S. This is going to be our rec room in time. Here we go. That's not a very good R either, but it's my R, and don't question it. There we are. Okay, so that's my R. It's not a very good rec room, but currently these are switched around. But I did need this room for people because just, you know, ain't nobody got time for that. What's a game that backseating ruins it? Probably anything with the story. Rimworld is okay to backseat because it's just like basically a strategy game. Psychic Soothe on the males. Not even really needed, but we are mostly male. We are still getting the need warm clothes thing. So I am going to show you a little bit of Rimworld temperature gaming because I was very, very bad at this because temperature and disease are two extremely deadly things that are very much invisible to people. And like just... I crash and burn on these things if I'm not expecting them. So you do have a comfortable temperature range here. So as long as they're in this area, they'll be okay, but they will start to get like chillier and chillier as they get outside of this range. So if we do manage to get to those like negative temperatures, we will start to encounter that. But that's mostly due to the light leather parka here. The cloth tribal wear is insulating him a little bit from the cold. 17.8 degrees Fahrenheit worth. And the light leather parka is doing up to 43.2 degrees Fahrenheit worth. And if I know we're streaming mostly to Europeans here, so I apologize for my Fahrenheit. Maybe that was the one mod I could have used is Fahrenheit and Celsius. That's one of my favorite mods for streaming. But yeah, just bear with me and look things up in my American way. I agree that our method of doing things don't make sense. But I'm so used to them now that I can't really go back. It's on the news every day. What can I say? Anyway, not really trying to excuse myself, but just trying to anticipate criticism in the future. Now, I will say also too that the imperial system makes basically like no sense. The metric system is much better, and we did try to convert to it a while back, but then we gave up because. We were fighting World War II. No, actually, I think it was after World War II that they tried to do that. Yeah, freedom units. Freedom degrees. I'm not such an uncultured swine anymore now, though. I've been over to your place. Oh, look at the snow. There's nothing more magical. Now, like while they're building this, I'm gonna reminisce a little bit here. Now, Hakuja, see, this is odd to me. They keep, like, sky dreaming way out here, like, on the edge of the colony. If I could somehow bring this in, I don't want to restrict their allowed areas because it's just, you know, I don't have to do that. But, we kept getting attacked by these muffalo, too. If it's, like, plural of them, could we call them meefalo? Meefalo. Fellow meefs. A meef. That would be like a good name for a fictional animal, I feel. But they're doing good fine dining and breathing. Let's go ahead. We won't allow any more sewing in this area, but we'll just, yeah, no more. Actually, in fact, this area we're just going to delete because I'm going to make this like a permanent hallway. A permanent hallway. Here we go, walking through the permanent hallway. Oh, dear. Oh, dear. Now, another good reason to have these hallways just sanctioned off from our farms is because it tends to keep dirt in one spot in the hallway. This is, generally speaking, I think a good idea for a colony. And I could do doormats, but I like to do this stuff in vanilla because it makes me feel like I've figured out some sort of solution to it. It's almost like I solved a problem in, like, some sort of rocket science equation, like Goodwill Hunting, you know? Or some kind of, like, logical puzzle. Whenever I solve a problem in Rimworld. Also, note to self, heal root, like, basically doesn't... Does it ever die, even? We don't have a plant death temperature. Minimum growing skill. We have a minimum growth temperature, but... Yes, the beefalo from Don't Starve. Man, I haven't played Don't Starve in so long. That's a vibe. Well, speaking of Don't Starve, I mean, that game also causes me to, well, reminisce. There's something about, like, precipitation effects in video games. You see, before I started making the YouTube channel back in 2019, as I was lying in my bed and thinking about the future, I was thinking of, like, developing games. Because I never thought I would really do this, and then I saw that Noida came out, and I was like, that looks like what I would make if I were going to make a game. And then I just thought to myself, oh yeah, I have a YouTube channel with like 10,000 subscribers. I can totally just make videos while I enjoy learning about how to make these things. And then, strangely enough, stuff just started taking off. So it's always just sort of been like, I think every gamer kind of has that dream, though, you know, make something of their own. Or I really wanted to. Maybe you don't want to. But I do. Or I would make a simulation game. I'd make a simulation game. Now, we are getting Muffalo on the map. I want them in my stomach. We could try spike trap hunting, but I think I'm going to try for a full tribe attack. I don't trust... Here we go. Yeah, we do have the ancient Exostrider. Well, who is damaging the Exostrider section? Start watching from Kenshi. Kenshi was also a vibe. See, if I were going to make a game, I would basically combine Kenshi and Rimworld. Like, Rimworld's, you know, technical beauty combined with Kenshi's ambition. Kenshi is one of the most ambitious games ever created, in my opinion. Except if it had, like, a randomly generated world. Can you even imagine? And yet it has such good culture about it. So I wouldn't really take that away. But I do kind of run out of playthrough ideas on a single world map. It'd be interesting to see what they do with Kenshi, too. But yeah, I'll be coming back to these games now. I feel like I got all the mainstream out of my system. I wanted to do some mainstream stuff. It was deep there in my nostalgia bones. Radagogabo. He's just a gatherer. What could he gather? He's like, I gather that this is a fine colony. And then he takes some berries off of the ground. He's a gather... No, don't gather everything out of the fridge. Alright, he's just passing through the fridge. I gather that this is a fridge. What a card he is. Alright, let's get back to sleeping together in a heap. But there's something like so incredibly cozy about it. And look at the live temperature feed that I've created from these airlocks. I feel like such a genius when I look at the blinking blue and less dark blue here in these spots. Okay, now let's make use of yet another airlock. Oh my gosh, this is genius. I am going to deconstruct these and unveil the next part of my plan. Who is awake? Brava, are you good? You can deconstruct. Why? I wish that you would do all of them. Or I wish that there were another right-click option of deconstruct all nearby. Though that might be somewhat ambiguous. Okay. Well, nonetheless, what we're going to do here is this. We're going to finish walling this in, and that way I'm going to create... Ooh, look at it. And enjoy it. A big airlock. Because as you can see, the air goes from here into here, and then it goes into the other places. But we can also make yet even more airlocks, and this is actually not such a bad idea because sanctioning off your base so that if you get raided from drop pods eventually in time. Not saying that it's going to happen, but saying that, well, it could happen. You know, we just need to be careful about that kind of thing. So now they are roofing this all in, and I don't like it because they could become, like, stuck underground. But, ooh, inspired surgery. But now let's watch what happens as the temperature... Good, we're starting to see that it's getting even warmer in here because now we have another air buffer. And we can always just take down these roofs in the summer. So, like, we'll have to keep an eye on that. I don't like that it's perfectly automated. Or that it's not perfectly automated because I do like to fully automate stuff in the game. But, you know what? I mean, it's going to work for us for the temperature right now. And it's going to start getting power going. So now we can start to bury our power lines as well. And now our main room is, like, doubly... insulated. And we don't even have any heaters or power going on here. We just have an indoor fire, which might honestly not be the best idea, but it works in this game. Hey, Elamith Sigma. Thank you very much. And Centaur, yes. I had many dreams last night. Power move. Just said hold shift when prioritizing. I do hold shift when prioritizing. I thought that was a pretty common thing to do, though. Have I turned into a power user without even noticing it? Oh yeah, my heal root won't grow with the roof over it. I think that's fine for right now, because, like, screw my heal root. Actually, do we get a harvest when it's 95% grown? I don't think we do, but I want to see. I'm just going to test it with one. We do actually get one. Okay, I mean, these ones are only 33% grown. Let's just have them... Whoops, a daisy. Harvest. Let's just harvest the last of these heal roots, because I don't think it was really that worth it. And we are going to delete this zone, and then let's tell them to cut the rest of the plants. It's just there's something, like, so awesomely agrarian about this playthrough. Not even really agrarian, just like rustic. Look, they're beginning to use welding on things that probably shouldn't be welded. Are they smoothing now? Good, they're smooth boying. Smooth boy. We are going to add in another snow removal area because... Oh, this will also keep the paths clear of snow. That's nice. Whoops, don't clear snow removal area. Let's just clear the snow from here, as well as from here, and I hope that they don't track any of it inside, but I don't believe that that's plausible. Okay, so now we're probably going to start to see the temperature change. We're at 15 here. We're at -5 out here, so we have created a buffer, and just like by virtue of this thing being sort of inside-ish. Look, and we've still got cold weather coming in. We've created like a natural fridge. Oh my gosh. I also cut this room off a little bit, too. I just did a little bit more insulation here. Like, just try to keep their living area as warm and nice as possible. You know, like, it seems extremely cozy in this cavernous room. Except that there's floor drawings all over the place. Come on, just clear those up. Because this room should be very impressive at its max. Did we get that? Except there was blood all over the floor in one other part of it. There's always some dark side. I just want this game to be... Yeah, there we are. Very impressive. Just to be calm and peaceful and relaxing for once. Rimworld flew to the top of the sales charts on Steam. Dude, I think it's because of its sale. What, did they put it on sale? Don't honestly know. I saw an ad from Tynan's YouTube channel before. So cool. So cool. Will we play Victoria 3 in the next few days? Like I said, there's a lot of gaming that needs to be done, but I want to tackle like one thing at a time. Because there's just... If I tried to do everything, I would be completely overwhelmed with just the amount of games that have been released over the last couple of days. So, yeah, I think we will, but just we're going to give this a little bit of time first. Okay, what I'm going to go ahead and do next, because I might be using this for an indoor hallway later on. I suppose I could blow heat out into the main hallway, but that becomes a little bit hard to manage, and it can actually overheat in a very quiet way. So I want to be careful with that. I like to blow the heat out into... Really, a roof overhead is going to be the best way to do this, I think. So, you know what? Do we have any spot where it's not mountain overhead? What is this? Is this rock roof? Constructed roof. Okay, so we can actually create a chimney over here, which is a little bit better because then we can expand out beyond the fridge. So let's go ahead and do this. Let's tell them to remove the roof over here. Remove the roof. Remove the roof. There we are. What a nice phrase to say. Actually, do build roof. I can't say roof, guys. And then we're going to build a wall and another wall. There we are. Build a wall. Shrink the zone. Yeah. I get like a Frank West moment every time that I build something. Yeah. What a conservative fridge. And then we temperature this. Oh no, we didn't research that. Well, anyway, we're ready for it when it comes. Okay, fine. Very well. The main thing that I wanted was the heater anyway. Let's just get that into our main room so that we don't have to keep fueling the fire like it's Jack London or something. Exposy and Loner Bear, thank you very much for the subs. Can we get an ice sheet series? We did the sea ice series. I thought that was fun. Yeah, I don't know what it is, but when winter comes on, what is it? A group of travelers from... When winter comes on like the feet of a cat, you know? Like a cat's paws romping into our colony, then I get real nostalgia for the winter time from back when I was in New York. I like really cold weather, guys. Though also New York's weather isn't really as cold as I would like it to be. I prefer living like further up north. I would love to live in somewhere like Maine. Except that usually I'm tired of it after about a week of the cold. Okay, the goats have joined. Regrettably, probably. You'll regret this, goats. Oh, they do actually produce milk. How many goats? How many goats? Okay, eeny, meeny, miny. You're dead. There we go. I don't need to. I don't need to. Stop. Sorry, I had an alarm going. You ever do that? I was really thankful when they allowed the Google Home to, you could just yell stop at it rather than you had to say, you know, that phrase that you say whenever you say it. Except that it always responds to me when I do it. They make life more convenient, I feel. Yes, upstate New York got very cold. Upstate New York is beautiful. Canada seems beautiful. I've never been. There we go. Okay, good. The goats are in. One of them is going to die. What happened to this cow? Why did this cow go down? Oh no, this cow got frostbite. Hang on a second. Really? We got to that point with the cows? Well, it's fortunate. I mean, frostbitten cows isn't really like my main concern. If I have to kill all of the cows again, so be it. I mean, as long as their udders are utterly open. Let's give them the fire. Let's give them maybe even a heater. Like, just so that they can go in there. Darn, I hadn't thought of that. I had been watching for that, but then I was like, wait a minute. Do cows really get frostbite? As it turns out, yes, they do. Okay, let's give them some cow furniture. Can't have these cows going to hell in a handbasket like this. There we go. Sleep, cows. Good, bring them in. Bring in those... Till the cows come home. Till the cows come home. Bring that cow in. Bring that cow in. Except that this isn't going to do a very good job insulating them. I should probably do a double flap. An unflappable temperature insulation mechanation. Although it doesn't appear as if we have any cloth, so that isn't good. It's all right. I mean, this is kind of a funny picture, except that all the cows are like, they've lost so many things. Oh no, it can't even get booped down the snoot anymore. Oh, what a tragic day. No, they're going to need one of those guys from, you know, those YouTube channels down on the rabbit hole that you might go down, where it's like a guy replacing a cow's toenails or something like that. Maybe we could make one of those. Maybe there's a silver lining to all of this. Feed that cow some rice. Feed that cow some rice. Okay, let's get the actual let's get the heater going. I mean, I do want to keep the cows. If I lost like the goats, I could live with that, but yeah, you know, I do feel a little bit bad about this. I kept good watch over my people though, and that's really what mattered. This cow is also pregnant. Honestly, they're not hungry though. They're fine. You're fine. You're fine. All we need is another bulk goods trader to get some cloth. I should have remembered to do that before. I got everything else. Meat and hay, and it just wasn't. Winter has begun. Okay, winter is literally only beginning now. This is awful. Construction skill too low. Who is good enough at this? Okay, you're good at this. Get the heater going, baby. Then you work on the power conduits. And Braba, can you work on these ones? Just get that done. We're also going to need a battery somewhere. Cows love sleeping next to batteries. Haven't you ever seen them in a pile of Duracell or something? Yes, we do have battery. I could put this in the stockpile room, to be honest with you. Yeah, and these can always be reinstalled now. They did change that with vanilla. That used to be only a minify everything feature, I believe. But we're going to need that because we are relying on unreliable wind power. There we go. Okay, please work on the stuff, people. Jeez. And Veril, can you construct the battery? Fortunately, we did get a lot of good constructors in this colony. You'll like it. Hang on a second. Work more on this. Now I have to shift prioritize every single thing for you. But this takes her literally 2 seconds, so it's fine. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is really satisfying, I've always found. Okay, there we go. At least the cows won't freeze to death as much. Do we have a comfortable temperature range for them? Believe me, this is like the least of our worries because it was happening to all of the people before. I mean, there's a reason why we lost so much to frostbite. I'm not proud of it, but it happened, so. I also think that they do get this slept in the cold debuff, even though that they're... Do they get it even when they're... Because it's 47 degrees, 48 degrees in here. Yeah, they still get slept in the cold, despite the fact that this is in their comfortable temperature range. Like, she's like, I'm fine. She's not hurting, but also, too, they would like it if they were better off. Oh, sad about the youngsters. We could use a brazier in there. Maybe not such a bad... Wow, this flap is really good at keeping in the warmth. I might have to put a flap outside of my own bedroom. Let's just make sure that nothing, like, essential was lost to frostbite, because eventually, you know, we could have bionic cows. Okay, these 2 cows are still pregnant. You know, it's not inheritable to lose these things. We could have, like, bionic nose sniffing capabilities. So, these would be, mechanically engineered cows, which are obviously so much better than our original cows. There we go. And now I am going to be just a little bit less concerned about some of these grow zones. We'll have to figure this whole thing out again. I might bring the animals back a little bit further because our grow zone situation is kind of getting crowded by what I'm using as defenses. Which a little bit I regret, but also too, as we scale up, we can kind of improve our farming operation. And to be completely honest with you, if you just have 2 hydroponics rooms that are like fully finished, that can be enough to feed a whole colony. But I am getting a little bit worried though now because we're coming to winter and all we really have is meat to eat. It's just like does that wander into the region. So I'm going to just keep hunting everything. I know that this seems crazy, but it's like we just have no other source of food. And I don't want us to be so low. Okay, another thing that I will do is everybody awake now. I'm going to wake everybody up except for Biko. And Hakuja, you don't actually have a weapon in Cambiar. But then let's take all of our colonists. Except you, and except you, and except you. Everyone go out. We're hunting a buffalo. Because I want buffalo fur. We just need it in our lives. And they are all ranged. Okay, good scorpions coming up the back, and orange there too. Actually, orange, you just sit at home because all you have is a club, and I don't want you to get involved. What is that sound? Shoot him! Shoot them! Shoot them! Okay, now shoot the other one because he's getting closer. And Banastra and Scorpion, get out of the way because you're children. And I don't want you to get hurt. And they will. Believe me, they will. Okay, are we able to run away from them now? We did get it in the rear right leg. It's fine. Okay, good. They didn't even get a single hit on us. Just barely. We should have been quite so close to those things, but yeah, we're fine now. Good, and the deer are fleeing. Should have shot like a missile launcher at those deer. You're doing some cloud watching in front of the man who's hunting. I can't really say that I would recommend that, but okay. You do you. Alright, so like a little bit of muffalo hunting. Usually grow hay grass during the year and then keep a stockpile of it sitting in the barn during winter. Ideally, it's just that our grow season was so short. Our grow season was really, really short. Mechanically engineered, one might say. Okay, the Kekil people are preparing to attack us. That's fine. I mean, we have spike traps. Ooh, there's rather a lot of them now, though. We must be getting more powerful. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this on the inside just so that these things don't rot. Now, I guess before we start building the infirmary and everything up, we should make like some type of trap hallway, just because enemies are probably going to come from this side most of the time that we fight them. So let's go ahead and make like a hallway right about here. In fact, we'll leave some doorways there. And we're going to put that there. So there we go. And then we're going to start moving some of these spike traps along in here. Get along, spike traps. That might end up being a doorway, so we'll put that there. We'll reinstall this one over here. We'll put this over here. Yeah, you kind of see what I'm doing. Like, I'm trying to create some kind of pass. I'm trying to narrow the area where raiders can come in from. Okay. I'm trying to think if there... one thing I'm going to just do is halt the hunting. Bring the kids back inside. Bring the kids back inside. No need to hunt now. Those dog days are over. I mean, you got a little too close to those raiders for my liking. This keeps happening with the hunting. That people need to get out from the base. And also, too, they're gathering up the dead bodies of the animals that they've hunted as well. So that's actually adding to the confusion. I am confusion now. Try to keep everything very beautiful with marble. I'm going to go ahead and reinstall this as well. Just here on the periphery because we want to keep that area a little bit more inaccessible. And let's go ahead and we'll keep building copies of these things. Methinks kind of like this because raiders will probably come up from this sector. Major break risk? Pourquoi? Oh, because he observed the rotting corpse. Because he went up to the rotting corpses. Why would you ever go near the rotting corpses? I'm going to need to wall that in as well. We need to build walls everywhere. This is getting ridiculous, man. Do we have any granite in here? Sandstone. Actually, sandstone is... Well, we have granite, too. You know, I'm going to use granite because it just makes me feel like The Rock when I use granite. There we go. And we will actually use... granite door. There we go. That's the only area where I use stone doors, really, is my burning room. Or my decay room. And we'll also just keep that roof open. Remove. We don't want any roof above. There we go. No roof. Why not put the corpse pile in a cave connected to your animal pen, and then the pigs can eat them? Mainly because I killed the pigs, but that would have been a pretty good idea. Actually, that's a great idea. I may use that in the future. Thank you very much, DJ. Omnivores. Yeah, their omnivorousness is voracious. Voracious. That's a good word. Okay, they're beginning the assault. King of the castle, king of the castle. We will go out and meet them. Meet the fiends. What else can be done about their... hang on a second. Biko, you're non-combatant, so I'm just going to have you reinstall all of these spike traps around here. Go ahead and do this one. Dang it, Biko. Yeah, you know what? I'm using you as a meat shield for a moment, and Varel also too. Whoops. Actually, yeah, bring that over there just really quickly before these raiders come. And then Scorpion, you move that spike trap somewhere else too, sir. How come I can't put it there? All right, well, get to work, son. Sonny. There we go. Hakuja, you are also somewhat useless. Don't do any... stop Skydream. I wish that there were a button that you could press in this... I mean, I know that we have combat positions memorized, but also, too, I wish that there were a button that you could quickly swap people's areas in the case of an attack. Like an area that they go to where you just click it and it's on the UI on the side. Is there a mod for that? Because I know that you can change the areas and whatnot, but... DJ Uka says, this game seems very fun, but overwhelming. It is a lot to learn at first, but Rimworld can be really, really fun if you figure out the game a little bit. Cam BR2, you're not very good at this, but here we go. Scorpion, you probably lost, like, your hands, so that's why it's... Wait a minute, did you lose your hands? No, your hands are fine. You're just slow, sir. Why are you so slow? Alright, I mean, okay, put the children in front of everyone. Orange, actually go home. Get the kids in the back lane. I was just being facetious. You didn't really think I was serious, did you? Good, we all get in one good shot on this gentleman. Wait a second, how did you get through the one spike trap? I thought I drafted you, sir. I'm saying, why are you there? Val is there, good. Brinba, more like La Bamba, because he's dancing with death. I mean, I know that La Bamba isn't about dancing with death, but your right kidney was destroyed. Wait a second, did that happen just now? Did somebody just cleanly get out the kidney? No, that was different. A different thing. Yeah, have a panic zone to hide people away in. Maybe I will do that. Maybe I should just do it in zones. I don't think that this is enough room for them. I probably should have put more people in here. Benastra, wait a minute. No. Ooh, I immediately regret having the child in the front. I didn't notice that it was a child. Okay, new rule. Children are never allowed in melee combat in this game. My Google Home just said in the background, sorry, I don't understand. You couldn't hear it over my mic, but it happened. Come on, Irazagobo. Get out of there. Oh, wait, no, he's just... you know what? Take this man's life. I'm sick of him. Oh, wait, no, he's actually fighting us to go. I forgot about that. All right, we lost one. We lost one. Val is also down. Hang on a second. Is Val okay? Death in 6 hours. Left. Everyone keeps losing their left leg. What is wrong with this colony? That shouldn't have to be an explicit rule. I'll live my own life. I'll live my own life. Erzagobaho. He's like boba bo 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 bo. What a show. I mean, well, the issue, well, I'll say this too. The issue with not having children in melee combat is that all of my colonists are children or were children when they started out. But I'm noticing that, like, I can't really put my finger on it. I think that they have less blood than the adults, but I want to examine one of their health tabs. We will be burning his corpse, though, most probably. Save the corpse to revive him later. I mean, we could. I think it's kind of, like, spiritually fitting that we lost one. What even happened, though? Got punched in the torso, and that killed Banastra. Wow. Literally, that's it. That wasn't even that much. I didn't even get clubbed. Man, that was a good colonist, too, or was going to be. Ooh. Sad day. Sad day. Punch the man. Punch the man. Take him down. There we go. All right. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I guess I'll make a sad little graveyard. That's okay. We didn't lose any of them yet. We got one, in fact. I didn't really like that one anyway. No, I can't say. That's mean for all the sacrifices that he made. I think I'm just going to never use them to play MK9. Spike trap. I can reinstall this one here. We just had such a regrettably low number of spike traps that they had to go through. I blame that. We didn't really explicitly have our defense ready. And look, a bulk goods trader. Well, we've got a lot of bulk left after that fight. A lot of bulk. Dead bulk. Yeah, why do we have major break risks? Is it because people are in pain? Observed corpses and witnessed allies' death. That'll fade in 1.8 days. They're fine. You'll be fine. And the learning starved. It's really the learning starved that makes it bad. You know, I am a little bit taking it back. Like, the young people are kind of a liability in that way. And just that all they're really good for is, like, hauling. A little bit of cleaning. But it does take a lot of time to raise them. Because think about how much of the adults' time it takes to teach them and stuff. That's time that the adults could be using for, like, you know, doing adult things. But let's go ahead and see what actually happens when they teach the youngsters. Are they getting anything out of that? Like, Braba is currently teaching Darklight. That's raising Darklight's learning, but only really, really slowly. So does Braba like this? No, all of her needs are actually being drained right now. Like, she doesn't get anything out of teaching him. Taught about how to calm a chinchilla, how to spook a squirrel, how to feed a guinea pig. Speaking about willow trees. How to feed a cobra. Why are you talking about all of the animals? About laundry. A word about hostile shamans and hauling. Summary of Scaria. Okay, I suppose that some of these things are somewhat useful, but it's also... Wait a minute, no, bury him. Stop what you're doing, Scorpion. Not assigned to constructing. Okay, Grasshopper, do it then. You're always reliable, Grasshopper. Ever have you been reliable? Okay, now bury your friend. Don't put him with all the other dead bodies. There we go. Oh no. Well, it was bound to happen at some point. You know. Like, I'm just as sad as the rest of you, but also to stop crying over spilled milk. We learn our lesson and we move on. Okay, so basically what we have are 6 youngsters who are pretty much just good in ranged combat. I did give them all ranged weapons, mind you, now. So, we didn't make that mistake. They just happened to get a little bit up close and personable. Personal. Not really personable. But yeah, there we are. Though I do think that they're okay for hunting. Or maybe I'll regret that one too. Maybe I just won't have the kids ever do anything other than like hauling. That might be for the best. Blight on the heel roots. I mean, it doesn't really make a difference. But let's use that amazing auto-cut Blight edition. And Days on Cambiar, that's fine. Days on Orange. Okay, they're all going a little bit cray. murderous rage. But hey, you know what? Nobody's freezing to death. Put him into the back room for a moment. Hang on a second. I don't really have a prison yet. For prisoners. Arrest that boy. Oh, wait a second. You can't arrest him because you're... Oh, no, you can arrest him. Despite the fact that you're What a non-violent arrest of you. He's picking him up. That's so cute. And also, like, slightly terrifying, too. Like, he's a menace to us all. He was upset because he couldn't learn. Someone should teach me about scorpions, you know? Observed rotting corpse ×3. Maybe we should keep him in prison for 5 hours until he just is in slightly a better mood. We're gonna give him a minute. I still don't trust him. I'm surprised we didn't get a corpse obsession. Usually that happens like right after someone dies, like, time to bring him back, you know? Hey, Sanatosh, thanks very much for coming out to the stream. Giving a child one job so they maintain their learning on their own that way. But it will hamper it will hamper their own. But also, too, like, having each child colonist do one specialized thing might be good. That's a thought. They can't do any doctoring. Pretty much I have them just doing hauling right now. What if I just had one of them specialize on hauling, one of them specialize on cleaning, and then Darklight can do normal tasks, so that's good. Orange and Cambiar each specialize in one thing, though. There we go. Told you about it. Corpse obsession on Hakuja. That was a creepy moment. He puts it on the dining room table. Look at it. Put him back. Put him back. That's not very respectful. Okay, who is our warden? Deliver him some food, and then we'll get him out of there, because I don't think he's going to be as crazy anymore. All right, actually, yeah, let him out. Execute. No, he's like the most iconic colonist in the colony. Scorpion is this colony with his green hair. Oh, you dug him back up again? I can't allow that. Does he go back like that? Put that where it belongs. Yeah, I think he's coming back. No, he didn't. He decided not to. Wait, no, he is going back out. Yeah, he's totally going for the... No, he's not. Oh, a snowman. All right. I swear to God, though, this isn't anywhere near as bad as what was happening before with the amount of frostbite that was happening with our colony. We're fine. I know it may not seem it, but we are doing pretty much okay. Okay. Let's see. Cambiar, Scorpion. Scorpion, you can clean. Take care of yourselves, children. Take care of yourselves. Get all of the blood off of the floor, children. What else are they spending their days doing? We can get rid of that. Expand that zone a little bit. I mean, what are they really spending most of their days doing? We've got the heat working. We've got the cows alive still, somehow. Major break risk, needing warm clothes. But, I mean, they're fine. Only minor break risks now. Let's go just have everybody clean for a second, because this place is a real mess after all of that blood was spilled on the floor. And this is why I do my priorities this way. I'm going to show you now. There we go. Okay, everyone just clean. Clean, make it into a clean machine. And this is the most satisfying part of this game, is when they just... Oh, my God, I love that. Okay, so now what we can see is that we really messed up here, and we just need to put in paved tiles in the hallway. Now, this is going to prevent them from tracking dirt everywhere. They will still get a little bit from the farms, but it's better than nothing. There we go. First off, they clear the snow, then they clean the blood. All right, everyone, time to clean off all the blood. Biko's on an insulting spree. We're just going to let him get that out of his system. It is probably going to drive everyone else crazy, but, you know, it's fine. They had to go into some type of mood break over the winter. Clean, clean, clean. Spotless. Spotless. Okay, we're up to the fridge at long last. Good job, people. All right, now what I'm going to go ahead and do is just start flooring up everything else. Honestly, we could put concrete in here.
What the deuce?
Because it's not really necessary. Hey, Triple G, thank you very much for the sub, my friend. 20 months. Good long time now, Triple G. Thank you very much.
Ambiguousamphibian is back Rimworld. Nice.
Ixnay on the... Hang on a second. All right. Well, Corpse Obsession, at least it's a predictable mood break. Look, ever get that kid back out. Oh my gosh. How horrible. How horrible. All right, well, you dug him up before, so now you have to bury him again. This is why you're better off burning bodies, so that we don't get this. And we're getting... Oh my god, social fight. No. It's because he went on an insulting spree against him. You deserve it. You deserve it, sir. All right, 3, and then 2, 2, 2. There we go. That was our order, more or less. All right, the colony's clean. Bianca has given birth. Now we have far more cows than I can take care of. And good, the butchering table's inside. But we have so much meat for the rest of the winter. Like, we're never going to run out. Hakuja, you'd better take that bow. Yeah, good. No one goes bowless. We still got 10 colonists. We're fine. We're fine. And now even if colonists go on a mood break, you know, as they wander around outside, they're wearing toques and, like, parkas, so they should be cool enough. Or, I mean, warm enough. Dr. Hilarious Kahila, thanks very much for the prime. All right. Minor break risk, medical treatment needed on Biko. Biko will be fine. Good. The one thing that we are missing is heal root, I'm starting to notice, because they're doing all their tending without medicine. Is there any of it growing on the map still, or has it all died out in the winter? Oh, we may have lost all of the heal root. Did we even manage to get those Muffalo back? No, they haven't really even been dead for that long. Yeah, I mean, all the corpses, like, self-preserve out here in nature. In nature. We did run out of wild animals before, though, so that was somewhat regrettable. Okay, here we go. Good. They're working on the construction. Nice, nice. We may even be able to take out some of this, because I'm like, why do we need a fire if we've got a heater in there, too? It's a little bit redundant. And now we are actually starting to see the effect of this hallway. I know that I don't know why they pick a darker blue for a warmer temperature, but I guess that's just the way it is. This is actually warmer than it is out here, so that's a win. What else could we do with this colony? Good, the specialized cleaning is being done. All right, I would say at this point in time, we're ready to start getting these defenses a little bit more ready. I'm just going to do a couple more spike traps around here and maybe here, because people usually tend to come in from the very sides if they do raid like that. Meteorite of uranium. Okay, that was very lucky. Nice. We'll need that eventually in time. But right now, not so much. Let's go ahead and just make this into a proper trap hallway. So we're going to reinstall this over here. We're not really going to do much more than this to begin. But I think that it's a start. And we'll also bring this around. I don't see us expanding the base too much more than this. So I'm going to go ahead and say marble walls over here. We'll keep our people back in this area. And I'm also going to create another set of doors here, only because I think we'll be better off holding these open and then holding the line over here, just because that was way too close that the raiders could have come in and attacked our people. I think that's why Ben Astra died. If we'd had a few more spaces there, it would have been safer. Eventually, I will make this into a real kill box, but for now, no. Varel is now no longer running around in a psychotic state. The base is actually starting to look much basier. Much more based. The temp mod doesn't color outside. We're not on the temperature mod now. This is vanilla at this point. Very much like the temp mod, but I'm liking seeing how the airlocks are actually effective in our base. I think they made a lot of good improvements for 1.4. And I'm kind of encouraged by the fact that they keep updating the game. And I think that's a very courteous thing that Ludion does, that whenever they release a DLC, they do meaningfully improve the game in some way. Like, I mean, it's very rare that I'll see people who are like, why is there so much DLC? I mean, now there are 3 DLCs, so I was like, dang. But also, too, you don't really need the DLC to enjoy the game. Yeah, but every single time that they've, like, what was it, Royalty, they released 1.1. I think they released 1.2 between with all these updates to various things in the game, as well as perhaps Royalty. I am trying to remember how that worked. Then Ideology was 1.3, right? And then they released farming into the game, or like pens and stuff like that, and that was just a vanilla update. And then 1.4, now we've got the temp overlay and, what is it, the mod loader and all the other good stuff. I mean, it keeps getting better and better. They do keep improving the game. I mean, I'd say that they have a right to release a little DLC. I mean, when you look at the base game, it's worth so much more than $35 or whatever it is. Which originally seemed high, but now for the amount of enjoyment you get out of it seems very, very, well, cheap, honestly. And when you compare that with the asking price of a lot of AAA games. But that's just my unpopular opinion. Alright. After the loss of that boy, things seem to be going swimmingly again. Now, we really have 2 options at this point. We could either continue doing research, or we could go along this path that I've selected for us. Oh, wait a minute. Is this rotting now? Frozen? Oh, no, we do actually have a roof overhead, so this is fine. Yeah, we can keep this area unroofed. Wow, we've created, like, sort of, like a weather freezer, because we've created the cold coming in over here. That's nice. I forgot about that.
I think they should start calling them Triple G games.
Honestly, like, perhaps somewhat not self-centered. Perhaps somewhat like, narcissistic. I'm gonna go out on a limb in here and say narcissistic. But also, too, thank you for the 300 bits, Triple G. I do appreciate that. Maybe if you start your own game dev studio. Like, what a flex that would be on my comment on that. You could make it... honestly, that's not a bad studio name. What would it stand for, though? Would you still use your name? Here we go. Nice. Nice. Okay, trying not to bite off too much more than I can chew at this point, though. But we will start the mining only because the mining does take some time, and they can only do it 2 wide. And I think, actually, no, I'm not going to do the mining. Let's get one area really nice before we do anything else. I just want to build these walls out, and then we're going to work on the infirmary. And we're going to work on it first off with, well, we'll need light. We'll need light. Definitely going to need light. So let's go ahead and start running some power lines through here. We're going to start smoothing out the rocks. There we go. We'll do that. Wait till they're done with all these other tasks as well. Just let them catch up a little bit. Darklight's just hiding in the room. Go into your room, Darklight. Everyone wants you to calm down and feel good about yourself anyway. Now, I mean, I would like to do an infirmary in here, except that I'm just not really prepared to insulate this room. Originally, I'd tried this, but it just wasn't working out, so I gave up. What we can do is start to get ready for the lamp. I am ready for the lamp. There we are. Disposing of toxic waste in a cavern system. Man, I wonder what people will try with the toxic waste disposal. That's interesting. I've heard of people, like, dumping it on enemies. Isn't that a thing? Like, how you could drop corpses on an enemy faction? Or even, like, a friendly faction. They would be like, thank you for the donation. You know? Like rotten corpses. Is there even any use for rotten corpses in Rimworld? All they really seem to do is pollute. Not Gino, thank you very much for the prime. That looks good. An elk looks like a chicken nugget in this game. Like a big chicken nugget. Like a 5-piece meal, you know? That's what I think when I see their packs. I think it's time for dinner. Good work on the construction. Although they seem to leave the smooth boying for later, and they do that well after every other task, the smoothing. I mean the smooth boying. 3 snowmen. Did they get some beauty from that at least? They do get a slight beauty from that. I get a slight beauty from... What an odd sentence. There we go. Stop botching. Stop that. There we go. Finish off this. Okay, so this is ultimately going to be the prison, and I'm just going to start marking this out. We'll be doing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess I want them to have roomy cells-ish. Yeah, that should be a 5x5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. And like, I'm going to do 3 or 4 cells or something, but you also kind of have to have a prison/infirmary, so that's what I'm preparing for here. In fact, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's do that. We'll probably have like 1 little miniature prison infirmary here, because it's just crazy and baffling the number of specialized rooms you need in this game. All right, now they are on to smoothing tasks. I'm just going to cancel the ones that are a little bit less necessary to start off. We won't do these ones, just those 3. And we don't actually need these right away either. Here's the ones we need. Good. And then let's also start to get them some lamps in the hallway, because this is going to speed them up throughout their walking in and out during the day. And then I think we'll start to replace these things as well. No more torches, although the torches were kind of moody and I liked that. There's enough mood throughout the day to begin with, so we don't need any more of that, I think. Let's put this into our main room as well, and probably our workshop. Good. More of that. And I think I'm inclined to say that we can get rid of this fire now. We'll keep the other one in the other room for a bit. But I don't want everything to catch on fire eventually. It's probably been unsafe to have done this for as long as I have already. Oh, and there we go. Nice. Okay, the unsmoothing has taken place. So now we can start to get our infirmary ready. I'm just trying to practice a little bit more at, like, not designating a million plans before they've done them. Because I have a tendency to do that, if you haven't noticed. But here we go, marble tiles. And again, we want to be very careful here to not trek so much blood into the infirmary, because the cleaner we can keep it, the better. Is this soil underfoot? Yeah, so let's go ahead and do... Though we also kind of want to slow down raiders. Does that matter to me? Rough marble. Oh no, it's only stony soil there. We'll cross that bridge when we come to it, I suppose. Okay, so infirmary. Infirmary and insulating the infirmary. I mean, what is an infirmary if it's not insulated? But yes, let there be light. Good. Batteries looking good. Yes. Yes. I have a lot of those, like, you know that meme, yes? Where there's like a toad or some other inconsequential vermin animal, and it's going like, yes, everything according to my plans. I get moments like that when I see that my people are, you know, completing all of their tasks in Rimworld. And these are the moments that give me the greatest pleasure in this game. Like when I see that the orders that I designated are being carried out in a prompt manner. It just gives me such deep and profound sense that things are in the right order. You know what I mean? Any mods? Just the character editor unofficial update. It did appear that they updated the actual character editor. My one regret is that I haven't had EDB prepare carefully update, so I can't actually put more colonists into a spawn. I've been trying to do a start where I have like 100 colonists again, but I can't figure out how to do it because I don't know which mods to use. Because I used to use prepare carefully, and character editor doesn't seem to allow you to raise the number of pawns. You can change the number of pawns you're selecting from, but you're capped out at 10 again. So if anybody does have that information, though, do pass it my way because I have an idea for a video and I just can't figure out how to do it. In the meantime, I've just been messing around with the Mechanitor start because I think it's cool. And I haven't done anything like tastefully vanilla in a while, so I just figured, hey, why not just do something vanilla? I mean, it's a cool expansion. Let's just milk it for all it's worth. Speaking of milking, have you like recovered from all of the horrible things that happen to you? I mean, these cows are pretty much just going to be sitting here. Man, they can't even move around anymore, these cows. Ooh. I wonder if we can create nutrient-based meals. This was suggested to me. Only because our cows have nothing left. And they're going to start starving if they haven't already. They are already starving. Damn it. I mean, we could do hydroponics to try to feed the cows. But again, that's going to require research. Can we get... not fertility procedures. What I need is nutrient paste. Nutrient paste. This is something you... so rare. Okay, there we go. 800. Now, my only hope at keeping the cows alive is going to be nutrient paste at this point. Because supposedly, if we take the cow's milk and we put it into the nutrient paste dispenser, and then we're somehow, I'm told, able to feed that to the cows... and because cows produce more nutrition than they consume, I believe. Actually, this cow might just be dead with the... Are you going to die? You have 0% moving. I'm not even sure if it's... I'm just going to call you a burger now. You have 60% moving. Your children. You'll be okay. You've also lost a lot. Man, it's the 2 lady cows, too. Those were, like, really important. Man, like, all of the lady cows... Why? No, those were the cows I would have... Wait a second, we do have 1 lady cow still. Okay, it's time to slaughter all of the adult cows. Yep, I'm doing it. Is the bull? What about the bull? I mean, you're going to eat more food, and I don't want you to. I'm going to take you too. Almost all the adults. What about you? I'm just going to kill you anyway. All right, we'll keep the next generation of cows going, but the adults, they're going down. And then we're going to try to research nutrient paste so that we can feed them their mother's remaining milk. This is, I know it's horrible. It's like a cow. It's like a bovine Thyestean banquet. But by God, I never thought I would be able to utter that sentence in the middle of a Rimworld playthrough. Now it's ground beef. It is. It's ground beef. It's so sad and funny. Good. Clean up the animal filth. You disgusting children. Everyone is disgusting in this game. Hungry pen animals, the goat does. I'm gonna keep the young ones alive. No, we just have no plant matter. We're going to need to figure out some way of doing hydroponics. And if not that, then the nutrient paste should be fun. I doubt that the animals will survive, but it's fine because we'll figure it out next year. I was trying to keep them alive. We needed only 7 more days, but it just seems like this winter was too bad on them. That's okay. In the meantime, let's ignore the animals and move on with our lives, and if they start going down, we'll just slaughter them and use them for beef and meat. I'm sorry. In the meantime, what I'm actually going to do here is let's take this and make it even smaller. I shouldn't have gone quite over this entire area. But let's go ahead and deconstruct this door. We'll deconstruct this as well. I want a double wall in this area. Number one, Goat Doe 1 is... Okay, we're just going to kill all the animals. I hate to say it, but... I ain't playing, man. There we go. Take their lives. Take their lives, except for maybe 2. Maybe... like the little calves. Maybe don't kill them. And maybe this little calf. Maybe try not to kill that one as well. Otherwise, kill them all. Otherwise, do that. Okay, so we've slightly shrunken our infirmary ambitions, but at least, like, the temperature can do better out here. Let's also, too, just bring this over here. So the reason I'm doing this is because the infirmary is one of the most sensitive rooms, and you need to be really careful with, like, the surroundings and the temperature and everything. Hey, my name is Lunk. Thank you very much for the 1,000 bits. That's very generous. Thank you very much, Lunk. I hope you enjoy the stream. You can always catch the VODs if you're not here, but we are doing a little bit earlier today. Yeah, thank you very much. I hope you enjoy more of whatever it is you came for. I do appreciate that. And please don't put yourself at any financial need for my sake. I hope you just enjoy for whatever you came for. Just enjoy it. We will have pemmican, though, for days. That is fair. I mean, eventually we could get back animals, and we seem to be getting a goodly harvest of wildlife on this map, except for right now when we are in, like, the deep, deep dead of winter. But keep in mind that Orange ate the people who dropped on him. Because as it turns out, if you have one colonist, the storyteller goes really easy on you and keeps sending you, like, ooh, free human. And Orange was just like, ugh, free food. Like, it just constantly happens. Like without missing a beat. It's so weird. So I kept getting sent these transport pods of people who just get, like, crashed into the Arctic. And that was just food. That was how that colony survived. Oh, God. Triple G, thank you for the 300 bits. And Toasty Herman, or Toasty German. Thank you very much for the 7 months. And Dom JRL for the 2. Okay, here we go. Can't do this, but we'll move this over 1. Build a copy of this here. I'm doubling up on all my walls now. A little bit of a waste of marble, but it's okay. There we go. Alright, so what we've effectively done now is seal in this room a little bit with the refrigerator, but I think we can just put in a heater to... we'll put it directly in the infirmary because it's essential that the infirmary be, like, really well heated and well taken care of. And then we will actually start to put beds in there because it's going to be a while before we get hospital beds. Put 1 on each of the edges of the room, but we'll try to stack up the beds a little bit closer to the doorway. Only because I imagine that's where we'll be getting triage coming from. There we go. Build a copy, and we'll just kind of put these every other one. Although we do want them to have, like, no, it doesn't really matter if they have dressers, I'm pretty sure, or anything like that. Like, I want to max out the comfort, but... yeah, again, it's the tree. Like, we might have a lot of people coming in here, so be careful with that. We'll eventually replace these with hospital beds. And I don't know why I did that one. 3 or 4 should be plenty to start. Until everyone succumbs to frostbite. Why are they making these out of steel? Oh, whoops. Because I ordered that. Whoops. We ran out of wood. When did that happen? Fortunately, all of the trees have grown. We do have a lot of wood, because somehow Evergreen is able to survive in this brutal wasteland. We have any wood? Another thing I'm going to go ahead and say is don't build your beds out of stone. They're just not as comfortable, people. I didn't know this until actually like pretty recently. I never realized that it was this way. I believe it's silver, wood, gold. I'm not sure about steel, but those materials are more comfortable. Yeah, I guess they just have more give. Like, they're very beautiful, but they're not comfy, so don't use them. I mean, you can use them, but, you know, keep it in mind if you're trying to create comfortable beds. Would I want to sleep on a stone bed? Think to yourself. Check yourself before you wreck yourself.
I.O. Poggy.
Will Tokes, thank you very much for the 2 months. What is this colony about? A bunch of children to see if they're viable. Like, just in general colony building. So far, I thought they were pretty good, except they can't really... Like, you gotta keep an eye on them, because, they're even more fragile than normal colonists. Like, they bleed out faster, they get colder faster. They can't get into any fighting. Like, they can be aggressive, as we found with Scorpion. Like, he was very good at messing people up. But if they ever get hit by anyone else, like, it's over for them. So just don't ever put them in a position where they could get hit. Because they're going to take it. Like, we had one guy just get punched. And, like, that was it. Lights out. Not good. Not straight bussin'. Why haven't we gotten to the cows yet? Do we have people assigned to animals, actually? Oh, it's just because we don't have people assigned to handling. There we go. I mean, we'll put those as priority 4s, but... Yeah, there we go. Biko and Braba. Actually, I do want one who's on a 2 with animals. There we go. So Braba should wake up. Oh, no, she's still asleep. But when she wakes up, she will handle that. But yeah, Orange, I was reminded of the human leather when I saw this pigskin. Orange pretty much just survived off of, well, human. Like, that was his diet. I mean, I'm not saying I'm proud of it, but, you know, he would enjoy a good Thyestian banquet. Oh, hey, look at that. We actually finished off the nutrient paste dispenser research. I was not expecting this. Let's see if we can do it. Crazy, I know, but it's like, what have we got to lose? We probably won't be able to move this thing. Animal nutrient paste dispenser. Okay, a weird idea, but we're gonna give it a shot. We may have to manually do each of these, though. Do I really want to invest in this setup? I mean, it is kind of a steep price to pay. But we aren't really doing much else with the components and the steel. Let me just think this out for a couple of seconds. How hungry are the cows? First off. Okay, they'll be okay. They will start to starve. This is when I need to put my thinking cap on for. So I've been told that putting milk into a nutrient paste dispenser and then creating nutrient paste meals and then giving them to cows is like another option in case if you run out of plant matter. I haven't honestly tested it, so this is totally experimental to me. Let's do it. I mean, I don't know. Why can't cows drink cow milk? I don't know, because they're very picky, I suppose. I don't really have a good answer. I have no idea. Let's go ahead and mine and then deconstruct. And I don't know if this is going to kill my insulation on the fridge, but I want to do it anyway. Everything the body needs. What is it that Morpheus said? I can hear the animals being slaughtered in the background. So much meat. Okay, who is a decent miner? Could mine that out. Okay, so now we've exposed the meat to the air. Now what I'm going to do here, because we have to actually go to weird effort to create nutrient paste meals. So let's put this in here. It's a weird spot to put it, I know, but I mean, we're going to have our rec room here ultimately, so it's not so far from that. If we put that there, and then we create, like, one hopper, and we just make that important priority for milk. Or what is this? Storage preferred, so yeah, we'll make it important for milk. And then we'll have somebody go get a nutrient paste meal, and then we can use that thing where we make them make extra Don't use that milk. Suspend. Don't allow that milk. Put that thing back where it came from, or so help me. No, don't consume the milk. Don't consume the milk. Is it too late already? Braba? Bad Braba. Haul the milk. Good Braba. Good Braba. Smooth Braba. Okay, now we're just going to have milk. Okay, if we make that important, drop that milk. Don't consume the milk. Braba, bring that meat somewhere else. Again, bring the meat somewhere else. Okay, good. Bring the milk in there. Now we have nutrient-based meals. Good, your construction has grown along with you and your resolve. Okay, now Varel gets a meal. How am I going to do this again? Hopper. I have to designate them as only eating nutrient-based meals, I'm pretty sure. And then we bring that to the remaining cows, and we feed them their dead mother's milk. I know that sounds really morbid, but I think that's how this is going to work. And if not, then they'll just die. But I want to see if it's available, or if it's allowed. Okay. With all that. Food restrictions, new food restriction. Let's say only... Whoops.
At Ambiguous Amphibian, hey man, loving your content. Your roller coaster tycoon vids were like a warm blanket of nostalgia and hilarity.
Hey.
Happy to see you back in Rimworld as well.
What a nice thing to... Cheese Monkey, thank you very much for the very nice comment and the sub. Do appreciate that. And my name is Lunk, thank you for the 100 bits. And Notion Murray, thank you very much. And the Dutchman, thank you for the subs. And Drools. Appreciate it, guys. Okay, so now we've allowed... So drugs, manage food restrictions. If we have lavish food... I'm going to create a whole new thing. Okay, so for a new food restriction, we're going to create... We'll just call this one nutrient-based meals. And this is going to be kind of like a dummy thing that I use in order to get food to the cows. Nutrient paste, we're going to clear all, and we're going to look up nutrient paste meal, and this is going to be the only thing that they're allowed to eat there. So we close that out, and we just are going to set everyone to be nutrient paste. I don't believe that there's a way to switch this for everyone at once, but let's just have it this way, and this way someone will go over to the nutrient paste, and as soon as they get a meal, we will instantly stop them from having it and bring it to the cows. So there you go, Grasshopper's got a meal. And now Braba, well, what we'll do next is to try to set a zone here, stockpile zone, and we'll create like a critical for nutrient-based meals, because I want to see if this is going to work. Nutrient-based meal. Put that down. Change your, go over there. Change your food restriction. Let's see if this works. Lavish, go back to lavish, go back to lavish. Just to get my last 2 cows through the winter, because if you can keep cows, it's like so valuable in this game. And that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, he's got that. Braba is going to haul the nutrient-based meal, and we'll see if the cows will eat it. Put it in front of them, present it for them for their appetite. While you take away their dead parents. Okay. Okay. Oh my gosh, it actually worked. I can't believe that. You can feed the cows their own milk. Cows are like self-sustaining. They're like photosynthesis machines. That might have been enough to get this cow through the entire winter. The food is back up. The food is back online, baby. Okay, keep the other one alive. Kill this guy. Much too large for this. I can't believe that actually worked. I cannot believe that was so worth it. I know that was so much micromanaging, but like, man, dagnabbit, what a power move. Success. Cow food. Cow photosynthesis. Is there a pun in that we can do something with? Moo. 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 Oh my gosh, wow. I wish I had some sound effects that I could play, like, da-da-da-da, you know, like something like that. For just cow synthesis. Cow synthesis. Exactly. Okay, so unfortunately there is like an annoying thing that we have to do. I think there was another content creator who had made a video about the nutrient paste dispenser. I believe his name was, correct me if I'm wrong, was it Zubats? No, not Zubats. What was that guy's name who did that video? If anybody has that video as a reference right now. It was a great video because I learned all about the nutrient paste dispenser. Do we remember this, people? We remember this. No, it wasn't Zubat. It was something. Sounded like Zubat, but I'm trying to remember what his exact name was. Okay, so Dark Light. So he uses only 6 nutrition from that, which is fantastic. Mu synthesis, thermodynamics. That's it. Okay, so we have to keep doing this. Unfortunately, it's really like a method of last resort, but it is a way of keeping the cows alive in our colony. We might just be able to put the nutrient paste dispenser next to the cows, but I'm not sure if cows are able to operate a nutrient paste dispenser, and I didn't want to risk building it next to them to have that ridiculous. I think that would have made me look thoroughly stupid if I had to resort to that method. Okay, so will the bull go and eat? You're still hungry, right? Good. Moo. Moo. You're a good boy. Of course, you may still starve to death, but hopefully you won't. I mean, it kind of makes sense, like drinking their mother's milk. Yeah, it makes sense. I wish we had kept the other ones alive so that we maybe could have gotten the last of the milk out of them. But whatever, I digress, you know. Let's see if it's possible to do it with meat as well. I'm going to just try to have them make another meal. We can always get rid of this later on, but if it is, then we could totally feed our cows just meat. And that would be super badass. Draft them, then drop the meal, and then prohibit. Yeah, yes, that's it. Thank you, Karai. Yeah, we got to keep spam drafting and undrafting to get the meals. Okay, well, we kept our cows alive, and we're being attacked by pig people with submachine guns. Fortunately, we are pretty well defended now, so I'm like, that's okay. I mean, like, an ideal time for that to have happened. Val, I want you to go into this doorway. I really don't want to have to fight these people at all. I would rather that they just wander into the spike traps, because this looks like a fight that we gonna lose. And it looks like they are kind of loitering outside for a while as well. Okay, so let's go ahead and put this here, and then we'll put the last of these in here. Yeah, honestly, I'm just going to spam spike traps for a while. Like, we don't have a very good way of fighting these people. And I think we'll put one person as just like a dummy in the hallway to try to distract them. We aren't really going to fight these people, just because look at how well armed they are. Hopefully we can get our hands on one of their SMGs, though. Val, you go there, and then there. Good, we've held that door open. So hopefully we'll make it like a very tempting offer for them to come in. Reserved, reserved. Work on that one. Okay, everybody lend a hand, lend a hand. Oh, darn it, Biko was out there. Why were you out there? Dang. Oh, Scorpion was out there too. Why were you out there, Jesus. No, 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 no. Why would you leave with our man? Hang on a second. Scorpion, do you have... No, he has only his fists. A very good thing was just... Why? Why? Okay, Scorpion, come around the back way. That'll be fine. Otherwise, we're well defended. Biko, you were non-violent, and this is what you get for it. So, you know, to a certain extent, you kind of deserve it. You didn't even fight back. You gave it to them. You just gave it to them. I guess we'll use Scorpion as the... Are they leaving? Are they just leaving with my guy? No, what a scam. And now they're just mining like they live here now. Hang on a second. What do they have? Oh, these ones have auto pistols and stuff too. Okay, Varel, you're the one with the pistol. Go after them. No, you know what they're doing? They have such horrible pathfinding right now that they're trying to mine their way through a cliff that they could just walk around. So I'm going to go in there. What an astronomically dumb thing to do. I know we lost Pico, but he's still alive. He just got hit. We'll get him back, and then he'll be changed into probably like some sort of pig person. Kill this man. No, I don't even think I'm going to get him either. I can't even get that satisfaction. I can't even get that minus. He's at the same speed as me. And then there were two. Or rather, and then we lost two. I should just never tell them to leave home. I didn't feel like they were going to do that. That was super far away that they had walked. All right, take the meal that he had in his hands. We're losing people. We're losing people. He's just being sent to summer camp. It's okay. We'll get him back. Oh, Scorpion, be undrafted. There we go. Food binge on Hakuja. Major break risk. It's okay. We've almost made it through the entire winter. We kept the cows alive, and that's what matters to me. New plan. Our man, Biko, is still alive and out there somewhere. He's probably been taken to the Poingu compact at Kulimo. So, like, new mission, I feel, this entire playthrough, we've seen what the youths are capable of, but we've lost one. We've finally given them a safe space and made it through the winter, and we've got the cows. The cows have actually come home. We've figured out how to feed the cows from their mother's milk and so on and so forth. But now, someday, we will get back our boy. It's sort of like Darth Vader at the end of Star Wars. You know how they get Darth Vader back? And like at the very end, Darth Vader is a good guy for like just a few minutes at least. I was sort of thinking that maybe we could think of Biko as like a Darth Vader of sorts. So anyway, that's what will make our new fantastic quest in this playthrough. Otherwise, I still think that things are going very well. It's just that, yeah, I've kind of mismanaged some of my zones. But otherwise, I think the colony is doing very well. Where are we? Besides the fact that a guy just got kidnapped and one died. Other than that, going swimmingly. And our cows, most importantly, the cows, which were probably more valuable, are doing very well. Oh, no, we got only 2 negative traits. Probably because we haven't done any, like, teaching to Hakuja. Growth was at tier 1, yeah. So we must have gotten lucky before because the kids were at a very high tier because they spawned in as they were. But since he hasn't done any learning, just shown minimal personal growth. So this is probably going to happen to more of our colonists since we don't have time to teach them. I'm going to give her delicate because slothful seems worse. My colony is entirely based on people doing work and not ever fighting now. So, yeah. That's what most of my colonies are kind of based on, more or less. Just try to avoid them and run away. Scorpion, you're good. You're good. Yeah, Darth Hogger. Because he was kidnapped by pig people. I can't think of anything more terrifying than being kidnapped by pig people. He's being hogged by them. But I mean, while we are in experimentation mode, let's go ahead and see if we can just get nutrient paste to spiel meals going. and see if we can still feed those to the cows, even with meat involved. Let's do this again. I just thought this was a worthwhile experiment. Okay, dark light. I'm going to tell you to go over here. I'm not really going to do the whole trick with it, but let's see. Get you back onto lavish for a second. And there we go. And let's see if the cow will eat this, because it does contain some meat in it. Do we have that? Contains beef. Okay, so can we get the cows to cannibalize? Whoops. Here we go. Go over there. Here we go. Haul that. You'll have one too, but will you cannibalize your own people? Well, I guess we'll find out when they wake up. Or when they get kind of hungry. We can't actually wake up the cows, unfortunately. They'll live their own lives. You decide how you want to play it, cow. Will they get mad cow disease? Click and drag the restriction. Or I wonder if we could use other animal meats. I'm assuming that it's pretty much universal. Cows don't really judge, but a Thyestean banquet for these cows. Hopefully they will find that agreeable. Growth moment for Scorpion. Scorpion has become volatile. Okay, because we didn't teach them enough. Again, it kind of seems like you need to have a really stable colony in order to get these kids going. And they just totally ate it. Oh my god, we got cows cannibalizing their parents. This is a great day. You know, although we lost a colonist, although that totally did happen, like, my cows are eating other cows. You can totally get them to do that. That's so bizarre. That's crazy. Why are they doing that? Soylent Moo. Soylent Moo. Oh, that's horrible. Somebody told me that it was milk. I guess that they knew that it was, that they could also cannibalize their own people, or cannibalize their own people, but yeah. A sad day in Mootopolis. Alright, let's make a lot of those meals and then put them all in the cow area. Or we'll wait until they're not doing as well, because I don't want to have to do that so much, and we're coming now to the end of winter, so... Guys, we made it through a rough winter, but I think after this, after the kidnapping and the death, yeah, I think it's going to get better from here. I think it's going to get a lot better. So let's go ahead and start to think about prison. Prison would be a good next one to do, only because we sometimes have to imprison our own people, and I don't like them. I'm not going to be as like high maintenance about the prison area. I might get, I'll do a double wall. Actually, yeah, why not? I mean, if I can go to just a little bit more effort here. I don't need to be super crazy about this, though. And they aren't coming through here so much, so what I'm starting to see is I could actually... you know, I don't have to build the wall here. I'm just going to deconstruct these. I'm going to build it one tile over, because I'm cool like that. We don't need to be getting through this hallway so fast. I would rather that the prisoners actually have a nice big area. So I'm going to make this a one-wide hallway. I've got a food binge on Scorpion. That's fine. You're the one with the green hair. You're really the protagonist here.
Hello. Ambiguous amphibian. It is me, ambiguous amphibian from the past. I just wanted to remind you that you are amazing, and I hope we are enjoying the new DLC. Stay awesome.
Now I'm remembering how I donated $3 to myself from the past. I don't know who that was, but thank you for the $3. It's quite funny to have someone impersonate you on your Twitch donation panel. That's very nice. I must say, I have a very nice audience. You guys are just too kind. That's why I love you. I love you. Yeah, I forgot that I was starring in the movie Groundhog Day with, what's his name? Bill, what's his name? Bill? With Bill. You know. That guy, Bill. Why am I not remembering this actor's name? Bill Murray, thank you. Bill Murray. Bill Nye. Bill Nye. No, not Bill Nye. He's decided he's going to become the world's greatest actor. I'm doing a one-wide hallway for the prison because I haven't done a one-wide hallway in a good long time, and I just feel like it, guys. All right, in the meantime, we're going to... Ooh, new mining designation sound is ASMR. There we go. All right, hallway, prison. There we go. My. Although that people are gone, these people are very efficient now. This is quite nice. Put another one there. Okay, so this is going to be the imprison infirmary, and then we're going to have the prison back here. Let's go ahead and start mining out yet even more of this. Because we do want some cells, either to position our own colonists, there we go, colonists when they go crazy, or just prisoners who are just prisoners to begin with. Darklight has become an adult. And, oh, actually, how did This is weird. We have reached an impasse. Has it really been 3 years? Wait, did I make him much younger accidentally? I may have done that. You know what? Darklight might have been the one who was much younger than the other ones accidentally. Because I'm thinking, why is he getting good traits? Fast learner would be nice, but quick sleeper is also very good. These are 2 great traits. This I am not responsible for. This is all due to the way that I set up the scenario. You know, I'm thinking that with his skill set, fast learner is going to be great. Because just like, look at these things are so difficult to grind. So let's do that. Quick sleeper is also a fantastic trait, though. And I'm sorry that I have to pass that up. Okay. Don't cry over a dead guy. Don't cry over spilled milk. Don't cry over cannibalizing your parents if you're a cow. I can't think of anything worse. Maybe the Thyestian banquet was a little bit worse. But yeah, that's quite bad. But now we know. I don't even have to get plants anymore, guys. I could have kept so many more cows alive. I didn't have to murder all of those cows. I could have just had them cannibalize other cows. I thought we were like on a last-ditch effort. No. It turned out to be a somewhat useful thing. Got visitors, need a research project, and so on and so forth. Hunter lacks ranged weapon. It's fine. You know what? I'm inclined to just say, let's never have the kids do any hunting or ever put them into combat at all. Like, I would rather have them sitting in a back safe room than ever put them into dangerous way. And you know what? That's what I said this series was. It's going to be bumbling through the new DLC. So it's good that we're making some mistakes so that when I go to use children in my other playthroughs, I actually know how to treat them. Because so far they've had a very, very bad life here. And unfortunately, Darklight was one of the ones who still was like pretty healthy among the kids. The other kids are not doing too well. So now we have only like the very, like probably about to die children as well. So I don't know how much longer they'll be for this world. But hopefully they'll stick around for the show. So, you know, that's where we're at. Okay, in the meantime, let's go ahead and continue off the rest of our base. So we are going to be mining the rest of this out. And you know what? Surprisingly, we did make it onto all of the construction projects that I said we would. Isn't that amazing? Despite the fact that everything else went just so horribly wrong before. We can at least speed up their mining orders a bit. And they are, you know, plowing through the rest of this base. Even faster than I expected they would. So that is nice. Ramsey Silvercrow, thank you very much for the sub. This is like the little version, the original version of Orphan Annie, but Daddy Warbucks is a rival tribe kidnapping your children. Honestly based comment. Like, just, I mean, in that, oh my gosh, Rice, look, we're saved. I mean, the cows are saved. I'm also going to make this storage critical for baby food. I wonder if the cows would eat baby food, like, as a last resort. Don't tell me that they wouldn't in real life. Rice. There we go. Let the cows eat rice. But yeah, I mean, like, in that case, if you call that, that's a big range for comparing something to Little Orphan Annie. So, I mean, practically anything could be an allegory for Little Orphan Annie. An allegory for Little Orphan Annie. All these sentences I didn't think I would utter today. Cow Thyestian banquet. Cannibalism. Just keep them coming. This is great, people. All right, so are you learning a little bit? I mean, let's go look a little bit more into this learning stat. So, children want to learn from different activities at different times. Scorpion's current learning desire, nature running. Explore the local... I did notice him doing this before. It requires access to the outdoors. So, what I like is that there's actually some use for the outdoors. I mean, there wasn't... It's almost like you would like to have a nursery or a designated area where your colonists could be free to run outside. Like, this is one of the main reasons. I'll say this. I know it took me a while to make, like, a designated zone in my colony, but the reason I do that is to prevent mood breaks. Because oftentimes my colonists will just, like, if I keep them inside too much, they'll go crazy and they'll start banging onto stuff. But it would be nice if you could keep an area of your base reserved for nature at the middle, like a nursery or a shrine, and then designate, like, right now when Cambiar wants to go sky dreaming, say, okay, you can't go into... Like, you can hunt and stuff, but if you're just relaxing in tandem, like, don't go into the dangerous wilderness. I think that would be a really neat thing, or I'm not sure if there's a mod for that. But it's just such a normal thing to have happen, that somebody goes for a walk, you know? To have a safe area where they can go for a walk, or actually to be able to designate areas where they can do that. Or, like, hunt up to this far out. And don't make it so strict, because I always find I don't like to get it too micromanagey with zones. But yeah, I guess that's what I'm trying to say is, like, I don't want to make it so unwatchable, but it does sometimes lead to stupid stuff happening like that. Yeah, like zoning a park or a nature area, like, please go here. I think that would be a really cool thing for a mod. It seems like maybe a bit too deeply quality of life, but seeing as they added in stuff like, AutoCut Blight, I don't think it would be such a stretch to ask that for... I mean, if we are getting, like, slightly more than yearly quality of life, and, like... I bet you... they'll just keep developing Rimworld for the rest of time, and slowly but surely incorporating every mod into the main game. That would be interesting. Yeah, like, only using the home for recreation, or have an area where you just designate that you don't chop down trees, and they could be in nature, and so on and so forth. The zoning board has died my petition. Denied my petition. Did I say died? We have died your petition. A different color. There we are. I don't know why the zoning board sounds so cringe. The zoning board seems like a pretty cringe group to be a part of, don't you think? Like, nobody's really happy with the zoning board. Nobody goes into a town and says, this is excellent zoning. It's always just a complaint. It's just complaint after complaint. It's always some guy angry that he can't put, like, an amusement park in his backyard. Or, like, I don't know, some other attraction in his front yard. I'm pretty sure that's very unlikely. It's very unlikely to happen. Infinite gears of bureaucracy. Amen. Amen. All right, let's start running wires down through the rest of our base. What I always like to think is my original colonists are temporary, but the base is forever. Until, of course, it gets attacked by mechanoids with fire. Which hopefully will just include them in this playthrough. I would like to... I'm hoping that for the Mechanist playthrough that I'm doing on the side, which is in secret right now, I actually get to, like see mechanoids attack my base, and then just be like, hey, want to hang out, bruh? And then they just join. They're like, oh, I've been searching for you, my G. Here we go. Electric stove. This stove is not a home. Why did I suspend this? Wait, when did that get suspended? I do not recall doing that. Oh, wait a minute. I should suspend this. No. In fact, I'm going to say no rice for you, sir. Only because those cows deserve that rice for right now. They have practically nothing left to eat besides the other cows. I don't want to keep feeding these cows the other cows. That's insanity, sir. But we are coming to the end of Jugust here, and we'll be at September now. And finally, after, oh my god, after just so many years of cold, finally come back into the warmth, get to plant something again. For Pete's sake. For Pete Complete's sake. Isn't Pete Complete great? I love Pete. Love him. You should just be watching a Pete Complete video right now. Just explode with pleasure. I love him. He's a nice guy too. I had brief, not only through comment interaction, but yeah. I would like to meet him. He seems like a very nice guy. Like to chat with in person. You know, maybe we could eat some, maybe we could eat some cows together. Something like that. That would be my go-to list of activities. But, you know, maybe it won't ever happen. I hope it happens someday. I hope I should be fortunate enough. Now, I think one prison cell would be good. But then after that, we'll start to just work directly on people's bedrooms, because why not start there? And we're going to go all Dwarf Fortress right here. Dwarf Fortress. I really can't wait for Dwarf Fortress to come out. I'm excited for it. I was thinking it was going to be before the end of the year, but you know, that at least gives us more smashing gameplay to attend to next year. Okay, we got a flash storm. Fortunately, it looks like that this is going to start to clear out the snow. Good. Fire. Spread the fire. You know what? Take apart this too. Let's start to take apart these torches. Let's start to reclaim our territory. That's good. That's good. Build a copy of this one over here, and you know, maybe we'll build another copy of this over here. We're going to make this into our prisoner infirmary, and we'll start to get rid of the growing zones from there. At most, I could see us having maybe 2 prisoners that we need to care for at any given moment. Probably no more than that, though. Like, it is always urgent, though, and you tend to get a bottleneck effect when that happens. Now, I really like a well-maintained prisoner's quarters as well. Hopefully we'll be taking some of them in. Spring has begun. Spring has sprung. I ever played Songs of Six? Yep, we just did a little VOD on it the other day. We didn't really get too deeply into the game, but hopefully keep learning it. Just so much gaming to do now. Smashing gameplay. I would go back to that game though, but it probably takes a long time to get the colony set up. It's a good game though. And I'm happy that I figured it out, because it had a bit of a learning barrier. And there's a lot to it that I still don't understand. Let's see. Okay, let's go ahead and copy this. And then we're going to paste this meal. I wish you could copy and paste all the bills. I think that is a mod, though. So that actually gets copied along with the suspension of the bill, too. Interesting. Okay, we'll leave that there for the cows, and then eventually we'll turn back to it. And, you know, I'm not going to get rid of this completely. I'm just going to uninstall this. Because it's always good to have one of these things around. Like, you might need it. Oh, and we are going to need another one of these things soon. Good, we just barely made it so that we can have 2 wind turbines facing each other. Kind of like those towers in The Lord of the Rings, you know? One good thing, though, is that we do have one designated outdoor area here where they can kind of play hoopstone and get a bit of recreation. So, although we didn't get, like, you know, all the stuff I was talking about going outdoors before. Well, even so, here it is. Good, there's Varel. Has Dwarf Fortress been out for like a decade? Oh, I mean the Steam release. I'm with the people who say, like, I would love to learn it, but at this point, it's so close to the Steam release that I'm like, why learn the UI when it's just going to have a really good UI very soon? So that's kind of where I'm at. I know, like, not such a cool thing to, not such a popular thing to say, but that's why I'm saying it. Okay, good. Outdoor temperatures are finally clearing up, and then suddenly it's going to be way too hot again. Hey, thank you, mustache guy. All right, so, like, let's go do a little checklist on our base. So I wanted to educate the children. I didn't really do a very good job on that, but I think we learned a little bit more about how it works. I think what we really need are some dedicated teachers, because it seems as though if you really put a lot of time into a kid in this game and really keep them out of danger and stuff, you can raise a colonist who's not random, which is good because you spend a lot of time like shuffling through random colonists and waiting for the right one in this. So it's good to know that you can kind of shape their minds as long as your base is stable. Here we go. Let's just designate these as prisoners. The base plan, I feel like, is pretty thoroughly laid out. I feel confident in what we've got now. I think we'll be ready to accommodate anything. I think it's mostly just a matter of defending ourselves. We did do the damage control. That winter didn't go great, but it went better than what could have happened, honestly. Than like everyone just dying of hypothermia and going on mood breaks. And I'd rather have 9 colonists who are all pretty good rather than all of them missing their fingers, just because then they couldn't do anything with manipulation, which would be pretty debilitating. Not gonna lie. Here we go. Let's do more of this. And this is probably gonna need marble flooring too. Let's just marble floor everything up. And then I guess we'll smooth over there. Smooth boy. Yellow Woe, thank you very much for the sub. And a preloaded. And Zaffins and Ramsel Silvercrow. Thank you very much for the subs. Okay, but this is good. We're getting decent power generation going on here again. I think I'm going to do another battery just so we have very reliable power. That was the only time that we lost it. I've got another stove ready just in case. And I think we can start researching, is it yeah, let's do air conditioning, because I pretty much take this one for granted. And that's like really the last basic technology that we need in the game. After this point, we can start moving on to luxuries and reformatting everything else. Now, what other stuff can start to happen? As soon as we get bedrooms that are, well, decently higher quality than this barracks, then we can start to move them in there. I think I'm also going to do an art bench as well. And we'll make those out of... Well, we can safely designate marble as a material now. So let's just say everything except for... Well, really, we want to use marble, and since we have it in just such high supply, we might as well give it a try. Okay. Do we have anyone working on art? We don't actually have anyone working on art, so let's start to set that as more of a priority. Varel, I don't really need you doing this, like, first thing, but... Is anyone any good at this? Nope, no one is good at this except for Varel, and Varel isn't even really a member of our faction. Like, not even originally, so... A little bit good to be careful there, but we'll start to nicen up our house. Here we go. And don't forget, we're going to have, like, a little bit more planting to do now that we're in spring. We just had so much meat. But also, too, I am getting some anxiety, because now that it's getting warmer... this meat won't be frozen anymore. So we've probably got, I don't know, I would say 5 days to get that research done on this. But they are getting smarter now, and they should get that done fast. I'm hearing floor getting constructed. Oh, it's Val. You're constructing the floor, you great human. And I don't even think that we really need this. This flap isn't getting opened and closed enough in order for there to be any danger here. My cows aren't hungry. They're hungry. They need like 3 meals a season. That's not that much. It's good. It's good. But what things did I get done with, though? I got done with the prison. I got done with the infirmary. Let's see the temperature overlay, make sure that's okay. It does look safely warm in there. In fact, warmer than any of the other rooms because it's got the double wall. Research, we're finally up to that. Educating the children seems to be something that we more have to wait a long time to do. And then just building up these other rooms. So I guess at this point, let's just build up the bedrooms and so on and so forth. It looks like Scorpion has managed to make it with all of his limbs and everything, so we'll have him... No? Okay, no, you want to learn. But you're happy, though. You're happy. Learning is satisfied actually does give them a positive 5 mood buff. I wish that were a little bit higher. Wolf's Shack of Supplies. A legendary revolver. Where is this? This is actually quite... A legendary revolver is amazing. Though I... which one's higher? Masterwork or legendary? I can't remember. That is pretty close as well. I'm not sure I'm ready to send out fighters, though. Legendary is the max? Oh. We might have to do this then, only because that's such a good item. There may be an unknown threat. Do we have pemmican? We do have pemmican. Or we can make pemmican if we want. We're making pemmican and we're going to go do that. Do we need plant matter in order to make pemmican too? We do. If I had survival meals. How many days do we have to do this? Might put this on my... Okay, we have 20 days to do it. Might keep that one out, because that seems like a good one. I mean, we have all of the season to do it. If we can get like one good rice harvest and some good pemmican in there, I think that would be worth it. Yeah. Yeah. Might want to take that, because that's a really, really good item. Any type of legendary firearm is always worth it. It's always worth it in the end. And in fact, actually, I'm going to just take you off of art for a little bit. I know I said it, and now I'm undoing it. But it's okay. Finish off these rooms. I want the main base structure finished, and then we'll get the sculptures going for those rooms. How did it end for the Florida people playthrough? Honestly, even worse than its ending for... Well, these people's playthrough is only just beginning. It's not ending. But yeah, the Florida people's playthrough, everyone died in childbirth and everyone was stillborn. And it wasn't good. We had a surprisingly easy run with pregnancy to begin with, but now it just didn't go well in the end. So don't ask about that one, please. Thank you. I do appreciate that. You just sweeping that one under the rug. Or underneath the dirt floor in this case. Underneath the dirt floor. All right, Scorpion. Good job. You're a good you're a mining miner. You're a miner. And he's at only level 10. He still has a long ways to go up here too, and he's doing it in the dark. He's like the mining robot. You, sir, are a robot, and I mean that in like the most complimentary way of them all. Okay, let's put in more lamps deeper in here because everyone's going to be coming in and out of here. Like, I'm not going to move them in until this area is so nice because their home is already a very nice place to be. And although I like the idea of getting people out into their own individual bedrooms, it just doesn't work until you have really nice bedrooms for all of them. And I kind of somewhat regret that because I would just like to move into my own room. Maybe just because I like having my own personal space. Like, I would like it to happen pretty soon. But in this game, like, they'll start going crazy if they have to start sleeping in a rock cave. I would be okay with a rock cave, though. I mean, in a palatable way. In a palatable way. The other thing I'm going to want to do is start to insulate this. And I know this is all deep under mountain, but I'm just... Bedrooms are, I think, an okay place to deal with infestations. I could have made these 3 wide hallways to make it a little bit better. But, I mean, we do have these, like, narrow ways where we can limit the infestation. Actually, 3 wide hallways might be better than 2 wide hallways for that reason in the future. I've gone with 2 wide hallways in the past, just so that people can get by from both directions in foot traffic. But now that I'm thinking of it, I see more of a reason for 3 wide hallways, because then what I could do... I'm just going to sketch this out for you really quick here, because somebody brought up dealing with infestations before. If you have a 3 wide hallway like this, and then say that there's an infestation somewhere in the hallway, you could still create areas where you create like an airlock like this, and then you put doors here and here. Whoops, I meant doors. We put doors here and here, and then we could stack up colonists along here, and here, so that way they could safely fire beyond their friends, have melee colonists in these 3 spaces, still outnumber the bugs. Okay, in the future I'm going to use 3 wide hallways from now on. Not 2 wide. I mean, I know I used 1 wide over there just for fun. But yeah, 3 wide is going to be the new way to go. 3 wides are more space expensive, though. That's true. But I'm willing to use a little bit more of it if it gets me there. Or I don't know. I haven't tried it yet. But it seems kind of cool, you know, like a grand wide hallway. And also, too, in all of Tynan's development videos, he has, like, grand hallway stuff. So I thought that would be kind of cool to give that a try. Fertility. Oh, wow, we could do IVF. That might actually be useful for not having everyone... I mean, more of this. God, there's vasectomies in the game now. Reverse vasectomy. Solar panels. Biofuel refining. What do we really need at this point in time? Tube television, xenogenetics, microelectronics. Microelectronics would be good so that we can actually start trading with people. Though I'm struggling to think of what goods we need. If I even want to prioritize them on that. Let's just give it some time. Focus on the colony's growth and development for a little while. Will I ever play Planet Zoo? Yeah, like the kind of modern games by Frontier. Why do I want to say I was thinking of doing something that Frontier did recently? I felt like did I contact them? I want to say that we had like a little email chain going. It's been a minute though, and I've just had such a busy summer into fall. Yeah, those are kind of on my list. I just feel like that there's been so much good content created for them already that I wouldn't really know where to begin. So I don't know, I'd like to come at it from an original angle. So a lot of what I've done is to just stop watching YouTube altogether. Most of the stuff that I watch nowadays is just like totally unrelated to gaming, or is like somebody live commenting on gaming. Like I got recently into people talking about their game collections. Like Metal Jesus Rocks has a lot of really good videos on this. Just really interesting stuff that makes me kind of nostalgic. So that's what I've kind of been up to. But I don't know, it gives me great comfort. Or like him and, who is it? Scott the Woz. He has very, like really well done video essays. He's also just a very fluent reader as well. Like he reads his scripts in such a, like a satisfying way. I don't know, I got a lot of takeaways from that. If I watch Let's Plays, I feel like it kind of feels like I'm watching my own stuff. You know what I mean? I don't know what that is. Yeah. Yeah, he's been like a little bit he has a really big dedicated audience. I don't know if he's I don't know. I think he took like a bit of a break though. Like he wasn't making stuff for a while and then he came back. But it's good to see him back cuz he makes some really really good stuff. You should definitely watch him. Why not build more shelves to store more stuff? Not a bad idea. Honestly, I actually haven't considered that. Mainly, I suppose, because I wasn't thinking of using the resources. But yeah, that would be kind of a more cash money way to store all of our stuff. And I'm sick of these annoyingly large stockpiles that just take up room. You know what? You're absolutely right. I shouldn't have questioned you for a second. Let's build a copy. Well, we'll build more of these in here just for all of the textiles. I love the fact that we have this in vanilla now. Because I hated whenever I had to restart everything, and it was such a pain, you know? Such a pain. But now we can have beautiful marble shelves. Look at my marble shelves. Look at my marbles. Look at your marbles. This is nice. Look at this. Oh my gosh, we could have shelves, guys. Can you believe this even? What even is a shelf? Who is responsible for the creation of these? Oh, we already have another lamp right there. What have I done? Oh my god, am I trying to destroy the universe or something? With disorder? No, of course not. Of course not. That moment in this game when things are finally starting to come together, even after the loss of all of your loved ones. It's just so good. So my plan here is to, well, we're going to have to make even more of these in this section. And in fact, let's start making these out of marble so that if everything burns down, they don't all burn down too. And we'll do, I guess we'll do them like this. Or even a better way to store these things would be like, excuse me for just 1 second. Let's do it like this. That way people can access from both sides. I'm curious as to how chunks will be stored on these things as well. Like, can they store 3 chunks? That'd be nice, because trunks are, like, inherently ugly. Inspired trade, dark light. That would count, right? Because that's 1 stack. New shelf system is so satisfying and probably best free addition to 1.4. You can condense a freezer into 1/8 of the size. I completely agree with... Is it 1/8? Actually, let me do the... Wouldn't it be a third? Or are you just exaggerating? Ooh. Ooh, planting in the snow. I'm not sure we need quite this much hay grass, though. I'm going to go with rice because of the way that things grew last year. Like, just, the corn wasn't hitting. Rice. Corn. I'm not going to do corn here anymore. I'm just going to do rice. Let's just have a load of rice. It simply wasn't worth it because we lost a lot of the corn at the very end. Oh my gosh. Even though that everything is horribly disorderly, it looks better already. Oh my gosh. I'm exploding with pleasure again, guys. And I'm just realizing that I'm going to have to move all of these into the other room. But it was still worth it. Look at this kid. He's going crazy. He's taking things off of the shelf and putting them back onto the shelf. Oh my god. Again, I'm just exploding with he really can't carry around that large a stack. Oh, this must be like a child thing. You know what's going on here? I wonder if it's because he's lost most of his fingers. Like, I don't know this for sure. It could be because he's lost his left arm and like a lot of his fingers on the right hand. He has 2 fingers left. He has his right index finger and the ring finger. Oh, wait, no, he doesn't have that. He has his right index finger and the middle finger left. And he has no left arm. But I can't tell whether it's that's causing him to be able to lift less, or whether it's because he's a child. Let's see if we can get him to haul the plain leather. And see if it's going to go any better for him. So how much are you... Okay, so he's able to carry 26. And he's able to carry only 7. So Orange's manipulation is what? I don't think Orange was doing too particularly well either, to be fair. He did have 100% manipulation, but he lost his left. Everyone's missing something in this colony. I'm just positing that out there prefacing that with this before I go any further. However, it does seem as though it's partly related to being a child and it's partly related to having low manipulation. It seems to me. Do I seem to be mistaken in that observation at all? Because even that kid had good manipulation, but he couldn't carry a whole stack right away. As I believe an adult could carry a whole stack, no problem, right? Actually, I have to double check that. Can you haul a whole stack? 61. Oh no, I stand corrected. Actually, she couldn't even carry a whole stack herself. Unless if it's just designated. I don't know, I have to double check that. Clicking on shelves is better too now. It just has everything on the shelves. It has quality of update for sure. Yeah, this is nice to have this menu. I think that's good. Okay, one thing we could also do is to put the blocks outside. But I'm thinking now at this point in time that I want to be really careful with this, and we'll probably just plant all of the ground underneath the cows. And we'll also bring in the cows' pen, because the cows don't really need a big pen. They just need a big area planted for them. So, sorry cows. Sorry cows, you're just gonna have to sit in there and shut up. Shut up, cows. I should move this. There we go. Deconstruct that and build another fence over there. Lest the cows should escape. And I don't need any of this. In fact, let's just do this. In fact, just keep those cows in a room. Don't even ever let them out. But it does look somewhat more organized if I do this. The sad gravestone, we should probably burn him. Alright, well, here goes nothing. Electric crematorium, let's make it out of sandstone. Do we have enough sandstone? We don't have enough sandstone. Let's make it out of marble, like a very nice electric crematorium. Okay, and this one we could put nearby our raider area, because we'll probably be making a lot of trips to and from it. Trying to decide here. I guess I could put it in the prisoner infirmary because, you know, like, they'll get the message. Like, at least you weren't burned, you know. Yeah, at least you're not dead. At least you're still alive. I wish I had a little bit more room for it, but you can't get everything you want. Because I don't want people digging up this body. Okay, in the meantime, let's go ahead and check out our fertility zones. So we do want to grow potatoes here because I want to make full use of all this. So I'm going to go ahead and make a big Irish potato area. Here we go. Good potato plants, as it should always default to. And let's do this. And here we go. And please try to avoid that Boyd's resting place. Here we go. And there it is. There it is. And good. And then we'll dig them up. Okay, we'll do another one for rice right next to all of that. Just trying to stay positive, guys. Trying to stay positive. And I think that this is going to be like the year of Aquarius. Good, the rest is designated for rice, and we'll expand the hay grass zone. Hey, grass. How you doing, grass? Good to see you, grass. I love that joke. That joke never gets old. Wait a second. No, oh, darn it, I did it wrong. Going to drive myself crazy here. Hey, grass. Hey, grass. How you doing, grass? Oh, have a good day, grass. Sorry, I didn't mean to bother you there, grass. That's some good grass. Good grass you got there, hey, grass. All right. I don't know why I didn't expand it over there. Let's just do that. Okay, and then we'll do potatoes in the other section. Just the zones were combining weirdly. I apologize for that. There we go. And then we're going to make individual, if you can even believe this, we're going to make individual potato growing zones. We're going to make a bunch of individualized potatoes over here. It doesn't, that's fine. It's so, like, granular and, it's awful, but that's the way it is. Potatoes. Potatoes, people. Might as well make the use of the last of the space. And what is this? This is a stockpile zone, so we're going to shrink this away out of that because we need this for potato growth. I'm trying to be really, really space efficient here because of all of the other stuff that I've designated, and like I said before, how I don't want them to leave the compound most of the time. Or just create any dedicated tasks that they have to do out there. Here we go. Alright, nice. Nice. At last. We're there. We did it. We did it, everybody. Oh, that feels good. Now, the other thing that we've done here is to kind of prevent them from, like, trekking dirt onto everything, which I think is valuable. I think that that's worthwhile. Another thing I'm going to do here, just to be really, really micromanagey, is let's just shrink this zone from this and these spots. And we'll grow potatoes here because potatoes grow better on poor soil, too. So I might as well make the use of every single space that I can, right? We just simply didn't have enough food last winter, and that was kind of concerning. There we go. And good, so now we're growing the potatoes in the potato spots and all of the rice in the other spots and some hay grass. Maybe we don't need quite that much hay grass, but whatever. I mean, we have another spot for rice outside anyway that's very fertile. Good. In the middle of the traps. And the snowmen still haven't been deconstructed. Let's just get rid of those. Phew. Phew. That was a lot of work that we just went to. I don't like them to leave the compound. I know I sound like another cold... Well, we're pretty much prepared for a cold snap, except that that's going to take even more time out of our grow season. Which reminds me of what I said I was going to do before that I decided not to do, which is hydroponics. Let's just have hydroponics, because this is a colony where, like, there's 20 days of growth in the middle of this. We got, like, 1 or 2 good harvests. I sound like Gollum. Harvests. What is it, my precious? Yes, precious. Yeah, I mean, everything that we just planted died. Oh. Not straight bussin'. Oh, and we lost that boy who had the animals. No, hang on a second. Oh, we have to redesignate our pen. How come this is part of the pen? I don't want that to be part of the pen anymore. The cows are to stay inside. No. No more cow tyranny over all of the lands. Raid. Oh, the Poingu compactor back. Hang on a second. Everybody get back inside. Everybody get the hell back inside. Okay, now we're going to handle this right. That should be like my first go-to thing. At least I'm safe inside my base. Wiener! His name is Wiener! This one has a grenade. Alright, okay. You know what? I'm not even going to save scum here. I'm just going to live with it. Whatever happens. Come what may. Come what may. Oh no, they're waiting. Alright, well, at least I'm safe inside my base. See, this is nice. Because they're always, like, annoying. They cause me to micromanage. They just dilly-dally out and around. Animal starvation. This is another reason why it was so helpful to live in the Arctic, was because usually, I know that we can't, like, terrorize raiders with corpses before they get to our base anymore, but most of the raiders that I encountered in the Arctic were slowed to about 10% and then all died of frostbite before they even made it to my house from the edge of the map. And if they decided to wait around, it was just like they executed themselves practically, and then they left because it was too dangerous. Like, it was the best. In some ways, if you could get over all of the, like, the elements trying to destroy you at every moment, because you were living in, like, negative 50 degrees temperature, almost every other problem that you would normally have in the game was gone. Like, you didn't have... That was it. That was the only conflict in that colony. After that, it was just easy. It was easy. I would not attack these people. Now they have a sheer marble wall. Like, there's some evil afoot inside of this. My pen marker is not... I know, I have to redesignate my pen. But the issue here is that I keep getting this thing. I don't know why it does this. You know what? Why don't I just tell them to go deep inside the house? Oh, no, you know what's happening is that it's designating... it's still showing me in green the current marker. Okay, so let me just tell them to go in there. That makes sense. Sensible.
If I type TW in my browser, it auto-completes your channel despite being subbed to a couple dozen. Ambi intensifies.
Good, my plan is working. Anger management, thank you very much for the 300 bits and you're just being very generous over the last few days. I do appreciate it, my friend. I also appreciate the fact that I'm slowly somehow, I don't know, it sounds like I'm indoctrinating you through, like, internet relevance. I didn't really mean to do that, but, I don't know, I hope you keep enjoying whatever it is you came for. Thank you. That is to say, thank you. Do you think that they'll die before they get in here? I'm gonna place somebody as bait. Like, Varel, you can just stand in the doorway. Like, we're in here. We're inside. We're inside. Come get us. Grasshopper, you have a recurve bow. That seems like pretty much a worthwhile thing to... We're going to hold this one open, and we're going to hold this one open as well. Varel actually didn't really create enough cover points back here. Grasshopper, you stand over there. I'm putting only adults into the combat now. Look at how I've learned from my past mistakes. Isn't it amazing how dynamic and changing I am? You could totally shoot that guy. No, stop throwing hand grenades at my wall. Oh my god, what is Smackledorfer? Give us your grenades. No, you're getting within grenading range. He's practically at Granada. Okay, move. Move. What? No, they're coming for the wall. We're right here, dude. We're right here. Okay, then I'm going to use your grenades against you. Equip those frag grenades and grenade them. Yes! No? Okay, there we go. So we just had to, like, kind of bait them in. Oh, ooh, shotgun boy coming in. Dude, not straight bussin'. Okay, he won't do that. He won't do what I think he's going to do. No, he just got up for round. Jesus. Death in 22 hours. Okay, go back that way. Force him to come in. Force him to come in. He can't possibly shoot you from there. Now he's just shivering in the cold. Or she. None of them are melee combatants. Braba. Can you bring out your short bow? Darklight, you are actually 13 now, so that makes you basically an adult for Rimworld purposes. Let's tell the children to get to the... like an even safer zone. This is somewhat tense, but I'm handling this combat perhaps slightly better than I did before. Despite the grenade that was thrown directly at all my defenses. Okay, we're gonna make another even safer zone. At least I'm safe inside my base. We're going to create a new one. We're going to call this one Home Alone, and this is going to be like basically Home Alone Macaulay status. And I'm just going to tell the kids to get into like a safe box in case if any of this happens. Home Alone, and they're going to go way back into the panic room. Yeah, and I'm just going to tell the kids to go in there. At least I'm safe home alone, and that's everybody except, yeah, Darklight. Okay. Except they're going to have a moment when they leave the fridge now, and good, they're all dead, or they're dying. Grasshopper chased the rest of them down. Looks like we got a good pistol out of that, so this was totally worth it. Hang on a second. Okay, everyone can go back wherever you want now. Unrestricted. Chase them down. Chase down Wiener. Wiener. He has a normal quality revolver as well. Are you about to die? You're gonna die in 22 hours. You're fine. You're fine. Get Tony the pig. Look, everyone, it's Tony the pig person. Okay, I feel like I should give one of the children the shotgun if it should come to close hand-to-hand combat. But at the same time, should we? Is that ethical? I don't know. At least they gave us their weapons. Maybe this was a blessing in disguise. Yes! You've oinked your last. Fiend. Success! We improved! We improved! Only one guy got shot with a shotgun at close range. And it's somehow fine. Worth. All right, let's go ahead and we'll at least replace all of the bad guns with, like, better weapons. So you get the revolver. You get the... are you very good at anything? You're not very good at anything, so you're going to get the grenades. Because just wherever they go, that's where they're going to land. And then, as for the kids, let's give... Well, who's the most passionate about shooting? What is your quality on your gun? You have an awful... You've been doing all this with an awful quality revolver? Okay, you get the good quality revolver, Varel. Varel is very good colonist. I think we got very lucky to get that colonist earlier on. Val has the grenades. Grasshopper has the bow. Grasshopper, you're pretty good. I don't really want to risk your life. Where is that shotgun? Where did that go off to? How did I lose track of the shotgun? It was just there like 2 seconds ago. We got some neutral aiming from that as well. That was not bad. Check say, I love you back. What is ethics? Is there a way to spot the shotgun? I'm going to go ahead and say this was a really nice feature that Stardeus added, because I played Stardeus recently, and it was a fantastic game. And it's very much Rim-like, but it also adds in a few features that Rimworld doesn't even have. Like, there's a way in the game to... Oh, you can order romance? Wow. Suddenly, Rimworld is turning into The Sims. Man, maybe they'll be speaking Simlish by the time we're done with it. Okay, there we go. There is the weapon. We're just going to do textiles. Clear all textiles. There we go. Clear all textiles. Oh, this is nice. The menu stays up. I can just do this. Clear all textiles. And clear all textiles. Good.
Literally at now kith command. Ambilol.
Kith. Wait, like the Kith from Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic? Weren't they like the water people? Do you guys remember the Kith? Or what were they called? That was such a cool part of that game. Man, we should play Coder. Thank you very much for the 300 bits, anger management. Contemplative Cosmonaut. Thank you for the 100 bits. Hang on a second, not that. Yeah, like the children events are so bizarre. I haven't had too many of them, but I have spawned like a 13, like somebody who was 13 on my colony. And I was just like, why is this? Hang on a second. Am I making these important priority? So this is preferred, and this is automatically preferred as well. Okay, so what I'm going to go ahead and do is make this into important. Just so that they go straight here more. Yeah. Hey, excuse me. Anger management, thank you very much for the 5 gift subs. Do appreciate that, anger management. Thank you, you've been very kind to me. Revenge of the Kith, yeah. Basically that. No, I know, but there were it's a kind of like a more obscure Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic reference. You remember who were the water people in that game? Like the people who looked like the Selketh. Maybe that was it. Yes. Thank you, Skiing Mike 1277. Yes, it was the Selketh. That sounds familiar. Selkath. Wanderlust got it too. Selkath. Natalie got it too. Thank you. Actually, quite a lot of you guys knew that reference. What was the Kith? Oh, Kith me, like a lisp, like a lisping kiss. Sad Wander is fine. Sad Wander is okay. All right, let's go ahead and just mine out the rest of this because it does seem that we've run out of steel. Maybe not quite to the edge because I know I'll forget about that later. So let's just do that like there. But that's at least a good way to start on it, right? Yeah, sure it is. Sure it is. And then we should probably get those components. Didn't we have components rain out of the sky? No, I don't think so.
Off to do government things. Can we raid Leo after this?
Government. If he's on. Has he been on? I haven't seen Leo. We haven't streamed at the same time in a while. But it's a similar timing. Ideally, yeah. Hungry pen animals and animal starvation. Okay, we got to go ahead and make them more cannibalism meals. Let's go ahead and do that. This is such a freaking life hack. This is like something that you would see on TikTok. You know, TikTok life hacks tried out. Like, oh, it's okay. Hungry? Feeling hungry? Just, Are your cows hungry? Just, like, murder their parents and then feed them to the children. Problem solved. Basically. So we can't really order them to get... The funny part is that you can't really order them to have a meal, like a nutrient-based meal. You just sort of have to wait until it happens. It's like a rainbow. Okay, so if we keep drafting him and I guess we could like forbid it. I have to figure out the exact trick. But I'm going to do it this way. I'm trying to do a lot of annoying micromanaging here, so I do kind of apologize for that. But so if I just do this for you, haul the nutrient paste meal, and then the cows should go straight for that. And then who's taking care of these animals? Who's handling them? Braba, you bring those cows back. Braba. Oh, good. They're hauling in yet more meals. Don't consume that one. Nope. I'm going to go ahead and just say everybody get off of that. Okay, now they are eating it. Yeah, it's a little annoying, but it's like you hopefully don't have to do it that much. It's just as long as you don't have, like, rice or something like that. But we are getting by now without any rice in our lives.
Moo cow, delicious cow.
Rope that cow. Squish that cat. No, why are you eating nutrient paste? J-Mac, thank you very much for the 6 months, J-Mac. Is the cow thing how the zombie... Oh, wait, I accidentally didn't take you off of that. Wow. I can't believe I missed that. Rope Bull, whatever his name is. Lavish. Wait, does Lavish include nutrient paste? I thought I forbade that. Nutrient. Oh, it does. Okay, then I won't allow them to have nutrient paste in their Lavish restriction. Problem solved. There we go. Good, that cow is like, moo. Or food. It's I attempted a pun and it just didn't work out. There we go. You live for a few more months. In the meantime, getting research done on that hydroponics. That'll be useful.
Ambi laser hype train time? Hype train time. Ambi pod.
Thank you very much. Thank you, anger management. Appreciate you. No, we don't even need a hype train, but God bless you. Hope you just enjoy. We are coming now to like kind of the not the penultimate. Yeah, like the penultimate part of this, where we're finally getting all of the institutions that I said I was going to get in this colony into this colony. So that feels pretty good. Feels like we've actually made some progress from the beginning, cannibalizing the cows. Unfortunately, we've had no opportunity to grow food ever at all because the game has just kind of like blocked me out of ever planting anything in this area. I wanted to go at it in a more dangerous environment though, but maybe I did too much. Why are they eating muffalo?
Ambi nobody expects.
Why are you eating muffalo meat? Okay, you know what? Have nutrient paste again. If no one has any time for this, I'm gonna do this again. Living in the cold is just so cold. Nutrient paste meal. Have it. Eat it. Eat it or else. Good. Fine. Good enough. Always good to have it as a backup. Midhi Pony and Frog Brognog and Esservel and Afro Knight with the X's on the sides. Hey, thank you very much. Thank you for the subs. Good, there we go. Have yourself a nutrient paste meal as the cows do. Not cannibalism for you guys. That's not fair. It truly isn't fair. It truly isn't. Okay, instead of biting off so much more then... Here, let's just, like, cancel all of this. Let them mine out one more room. And then they'll finish it off. Look, we've finally got this place lit. That's nice. Why do you need rescue? Oh, because you encountered massive food poisoning. But Grasshopper's already on the job. What a guy. Look at him go. Good job, Grasshopper. Okay, I'm going to give this kid a shotgun because I think he is destined for defending himself at close range. Like, I want Scorpion there and ready to address the threat in the child panic room in case if they manage to get back the adults who are positioned in at least I'm safe inside my He just seems like he's kind of like Romulus and Remus, you know? Like the founder of a great dynasty. Okay, we're being attacked by furries. Man, it just never lets up. The furry menace. All right, is it immediate? Hang on a second. Is it immediate? Is it when one of my kids was downed? Wait a second. Where is Orange? Where aren't? Okay, good. Orange, you glad? I didn't say anything. Hang on a second. Okay, they are going to prepare for a while, but they might just attack because they're so close to my base anyway, or maybe even all of them. Okay, so what do we say? First off, everyone goes to at least I'm safe inside my base, and the children have to remain in. I'm going to keep the children at home alone. Yeah. Everybody get back inside. Okay, at least that's a panic button that I can hit. All right. That's a vibe. That's a vibe. Sure, it's not really a vibe, but it's something. Whatever it is. We don't know what to call it. Sleep, my children, sleep. Oh no, Orange is technically, like, downed over his bed because we told him that he's not allowed to be there. No. Someone bring him back. Bring him. Help, I'm not allowed to be here, but you put me here anyway. You know what? You can stay at home. That's fine then. Okay, Varel, you have a good revolver now. Let's see if we can at least bite off part of this raid before they even come here. I think you're decently fast, right? They're beginning their assault good. Basically what I had intended. You have a good revolver. Come on, don't let me down. Please don't let me down. You have shooting level 11 and that's all you got. You're going into one trap. And two... Jesus. Jeez Louise. Okay, Varel, get out there. Grasshopper, come. Val, come. Braba, come. And Darklight, come. And Benastra is back out of the grave. Okay, we're gonna... I know why I did that, though. Cremate corpse. There we go. We'll handle that after this, but I just wanted to do this one thing for right now. Are you going to be able to? Good. And yeah, that wasn't what I wanted at all. Please don't kill Varel. That guy has a knife. I tried running you behind the spike traps. But alas, it didn't work, even though that he got stabbed by like a bunch of things. Very determined. I know I'd be freaking out like Reservoir Dogs if that happened to me. Freaking out, man. I don't think that you really have a chance in this fight, though, so I'm just going to run you away. Okay, are they kidnapping? What are they going to do? What are they going to do? Don't actually, Grenade Lady, don't go there. Just cremate that. Don't consume him. I really hope you're cremating the right corpse. Contemplative Cosmonaut, thank you for gifting the sub. Greasy Muff Cabbage and basically masochism, but spelled in a min. Thank you very much for the sub. Good people. Well done, people. Varel is okay. Didn't expect that at all. I mean, everything has gone so poorly for us up till this moment in time. I suppose we could build the spike traps out a little bit more here. Like, just to be safe. Better safe than sorry, as they say. Good. Val is cremating the right corpse. Hing-a-ding-a-durgan. And they're fleeing! Man, they didn't even get to attack us. What a bummer. All right, well, we can at least come back out of being safe inside of our minds. And Varel is down. Good. I mean, we kind of have done better with these raids, I feel as though. Don't you think? I'm kind of missing playing as the cannibal psychopaths, though. Like, they were just so good. Like, this game is designed for them. No matter what they add into the game to try to make other things viable, cannibal psychopaths will always be the only way to play this game. And, like, I kind of regret that, because, I mean, that seems immoral. And, like, I have a desire to do good. I think that people are inherently good. I believe in the good in people. However, you know, like, that's why we play video games. That's why we're here. All right, so have I got everybody out? I think I got everybody out into their areas. Good. Unrestricted again. Okay. Hang on a second. Let me go back to my list. So I wanted to get the research going. I wanted to get hydroponics. I guess that's the one thing we really didn't do here. But I think I will start building hydroponics up in this section underneath the mountain. There's something about being underneath a mountain that just makes me feel right at home. Like I'm a dwarf at heart or something. I share a lot of their values. You have chemical starvation. Oh, I'm forgetting about this. Hang on a second. Give her a smoke leaf. Operations, add bill. Or can you walk to these? Yeah, smoke a smoke leaf joint. There you go. Enjoy. Should probably get some of that stuff going, but I think I'm going to start planning out my next part. So, as soon as these bedrooms are done, the next really good thing that we can do is get, like, an elaborate underground complex going. That's already been designated. We're good over there. We might as well start mining out more of the steel under the mountain. Under the mountain. So I'm thinking, like, up here we could do that, and we want, I would say, 1 or 2 big rooms with, like, maybe a column in the middle. Where, I mean, look at how horrible our winters have been. I just can't live like this. I can't live with this. Though, of course, also, too, we could roof this. That wouldn't work for generating power later on. I mean, I can envision some crazy world in which we roof this, put in a sun lamp, and then heat this zone to keep the fertile soil. But I think it's just going to be simpler. Actually, wait a minute. Could I do that? I could. To just not even trust the summer here at all. Because, look, it's 53 degrees. And, I mean, this is basically spring for us. But it's not going to get that much better. We'll get up to maybe, like, 80 degrees max for a couple of days. But I could do some sort of, like, outdoor grow happiness zone. Yeah, like, what I'm saying is do a sun lamp right here over the fertile soil. It doesn't even need to be a lot. It could just be a small area, like, right here. Though, of course, too, that also might interrupt this thing. So we'd have to put it here lined up with the hoopstone. So if we did this, we would cover a lot of the area. We could always move that later on. And then we could roof the entire area in the winter. But I'm just going to leave that as a hypothetical plan. Let's put that there, and then we'll ignore it. Or we'll do this. Don't allow them. I'm just going to sketch that out as an idea. I mean, what we would have to do would be roof our wind turbines, and I just don't see that happening. Okay, combat supplier. Though I feel as though at this point in time, like, we've done most of the things that I wanted to do. We got this storage area designated. I think next time we can actually start moving them into the bedrooms and finish that whole deal up. But we got our infirmary. We got our prison. We got everything more or less heated. I mean, I know we've got a little bit of temperature regulation left to do. But, yeah, I mean, this colony has come significantly further, and hopefully now we'll finally get some damn plants again, because we've been waiting a long time on that. But I think hydroponics is going to be the next push. So as soon as we get all this done, which I think I'm probably going to do a little bit off screen, we're going to be pushing for hydroponics next. So let's keep that as the goal at the forefront of our attention. And I do actually think we're going to stop there because we've somehow sustained a colony with no plants. And I'm amazed by that. I'm amazed that we've kept the cows alive. But I'm going to go ahead and save this now. The babies, winter, survived, success.